Good evening, folks. Welcome to Game Therapy. We are live for another adventure in one of 1,000 insane worlds. I'm Bruce. I'm going to be playing Jack McDuff, the gambler. Jack is after Billy Ray because Jack can tell exactly how any card trick or any sleight of hand is achieved. But Billy Ray tricked him one time, and Jack's on a mission to find out how Billy Ray did that. Who is Billy Ray? I guess we're going to find out. I'm going to introduce Tony. Tony, who are you playing?
Hi, tonight I'm playing Lucky Flores, a gunslinger. Lucky is looking for Billy Ray to get his help in starting over a new life, as she has had to surreptitiously leave California. There were some bad things that happened, so she's going to Kansas and looking for a good friend.
Awesome. Good evening, Ryan. You're
Nebraska,
playing
I'm sorry.
Oh, Nebraska. Well, it's all America to me. Good evening, Ryan. Ryan's playing Christmas John, the Revelator. Tell us about him.
Well, Christmas John is a preacher, and he heard rumors that there was an individual going by the name of Billy Ray who may have been touched by the divine. And he has his reasons to go and investigate and maybe get his hooks into Billy Ray before anyone else does.
Super. All right. Erin, do you want to introduce Darla to us, please?
Certainly, I'm playing Darla Pokeweed. She's an occultist. She heard that Billy Ray has become the owner of a book. It's a book that she's been told is about magic plants. And she's decided she needs that book, and she's going to get it any way she can.
Awesome. Good evening, Phil. Tell us about Pedro El Papi.
Pedro Guerrera, El Papi in the ring, was and still is a renowned luchador. A few years ago, there was a career-shattering moment when it came out that actually he's not Mexican and is actually Gus Stevens from Wyoming. This crushed him as he felt that his reputation was going to be torn to pieces. And basically, the person that he's looking to find drove the wagon when he was touring, the time when this came out, and basically told him that tomorrow's a new day, and gave him a coin that he said was given to him by his father when something equally devastating happened. He's treated that as his lucky coin, and now that he's retired, he wants to return it to its owner.
Awesome. All right, folks, well, those of you who haven't already guessed, tonight we're going to be playing some Dark Trails, and I think it's only right that I finally let the man in the corner who hasn't actually had to get a word in edgeways yet speak. Judge Brendan, good evening, mate. How's things? Oh, he's misfired already. Shuffle that deck, dude.
We're doing great, and thank you very much. It's a wonderful introduction, and I'm really excited about tonight's game. And I guess let's go ahead without further ado. Let us take everyone to Ogallala, Nebraska. This is what your characters know going into this. Okay, so Ogallala, Nebraska is a really important city in that it is it's the farthest stop west on the Union Pacific Railroad line, and it is because of that it is the final stopping place of cattle drives coming up from Texas and Arizona. Okay, so every year, like thousands and thousands of cattle are brought up Texas, Mexico, in the south, brought up to here where they are eventually loaded up onto trains and brought east, mostly headed over to Chicago. This is like 10 months out of the year, like during the season, it's an amazingly busy city and super packed. But as all of your characters ride in tonight, all of whom are intent for their own reasons on locating the elusive Billy Ray Jespers, a local resident. All of your characters, as you guys ride in from all different directions, you guys see that it's mostly boarded up and quiet. Where the population can be, like thousands during the year, with all these folks in from out of town. Right now, it's almost nobody. When you guys ride in, there are actually you pass a couple of famous saloons, including the Cowboys Rest and the OK Saloon and the Ogallala House. None of them are open. Only one place open as you guys all ride in there. which is the you guys all see lights on and hear sounds coming from the Crystal Palace. Other than that, there are very few lights on anywhere else in the city. The place is quiet. And as a touchstone, you guys all sort of ride in. Like I said, it's the only place lit up, and it seems like a good place to start your trip. You guys all ride in from different directions, and as fate would have it, the 5 of your characters all appear. You all sort of ride up at the same time and arrive in front of the Crystal Palace saloon. You look over and see these, you look over and you see strangers that are out there, but with the introductions that we've had so far.
Okay.
Inside, it seems like it's not a hugely raucous thing, night like it is here. You don't hear any music coming from inside. What you do hear is some yelling. There's somebody is mocking somebody on the interior and making a whole lot of noise inside. But there's not like a huge crowd here. There's nobody spilling out in the streets. The town is dark. It's mid-November and it's very, very cold. Nebraska's freezing a lot of the year. It's a really cold night.
So how many voices can we hear from coming in from outside?
Really you hear one real loud guy that's just like at the top of his lungs, just kind of like raising heck, and a few voices, like smaller voices behind that. Certainly one is a woman calling out.
I don't think that's going to stop Christmas John from getting a drink.
Fair enough.
Strangers, you want to come in with me?
I'm ready for a drink too. That's still a little saddle sore.
I wish I'd put more layers on.
It's been a long ride.
It's
push
certainly
open
chilly.
those swinging doors and step inside.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right,
Yeah.
so we tie our horses up at the hitching post and head on in.
Yeah.
Yours are the only horses out front. So there's 20 yards of rail out here, and you're the only horses. You guys tie up and head on in. When you head inside, here is what you see. This place is huge in the interior. Okay, so it's bi-level. Okay, so there's a stairway going up to a balcony kind of level, around 3/4 of the room. The bar is almost 40 feet long, and there's a real big mirror back behind it. It's all patched up. A few bottles back there. There's a heavyset guy sitting behind there. Looks kind of shocked as you all walk in. This is a real quiet time of year. But he nods politely at you. Most of the tables have been kind of crammed against one wall. There's a few tables in the middle, and there's one table like there towards the back. The tables in the middle seem to be populated by one group, and one of them is extraordinary looking to the rest of you. So there are there's a man there with a group of friends and a few women. The man in the middle is bare chested and seems to be wearing a stitched together pig head for a mask. He's like it doesn't cover up. All you can see is like his mouth and his huge, big, bushy black beard. So he's actually looking out through the pig's eye sockets from within this thing and such. He's bare chested and just like a picture of musculature. You know what I mean? Just a huge muscular guy there and such. He is sitting there and there's a woman on his lap. He's clearly not letting go, even though she is trying to get up and not be a part of whatever it is. And he seems to be the source of that big voice. There are 4 people with him, 3 men and a woman of cowhands. They've got hats on, they've got belts. They all seem to be armed, although the big fella does not. As you guys come in, they kind of give you a cold look. In the back of the saloon, you see that there is one table that there's two folks over there gambling. 2 folks over there have some kind of card game going on. They kind of, as you come in, they look up for a moment and then they go back to their game. That is what you see. And when Poppy comes in, the guy with the pig head mask, helmet / mask on, he stands up and he kind of like pushes that saloon girl aside and hollers over at you. Well, look who just showed up to buy us drinks.
Ooh, how rude.
Hello there.
What's your percentage of chance of being recognized there, Gus?
It's 35, but I don't know if I need to. It says to determine the fame roll percentage dice once walking into a new town, but it's 35% at second level. I'm not sure the rule there.
That's fine. You guys can all make a percentage die roll as well. Roll. Try to get a 35 or less. Actually, I should have had you do this outside. Do it twice and tell me the first one is going to be for Gus. Do we recognize Gus?
The first one is over. It's 56.
Okay.
And the second one is 21.
All right. Well, you don't have to roll that first one. That was for you, so you're good. You do not recognize.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
And the rest of you, anyone get a 35 or less? You recognize?
I recognize him.
Pedro El Papi. Yeah, you recognize him as the. You all recognize him as the famous wrestler El Papi. You do remember there's a bit of controversy. You've heard about him. You're not sure exactly what that was, but just that there was his name did have a black cloud attached to it at one point. But there you go. And that second roll under 35. Anybody make that?
33.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah. Gotcha. You know what? The muscular man in the middle that's raising heck, he can be none other than Pighead, who is a famous heel luchador, known for his dirty tactics, ill playing, bad temper, and all around lack of sportsmanship.
Yeah, just to clarify, El Papi was not a heel.
Oh, I get you. But this guy,
But that guy is a heel, so there would be a natural tension there, I think. But whether or not that's the genuine tension,
he looks pretty tense. He doesn't seem to recognize you, but you're, like two masked guys, bare chested, walk into a bar. I mean, it's only, you know what I mean? There's not a lot of ways.
Only a couple of things that could happen.
Exactly. You're either moving in together at the end of the month, or
And
now I'm going to apply my oil liberate. No.
We just met both of you guys too, so.
Right.
Yeah. So he called out when y'all got there. He said, "Look who just arrived to buy us all drinks." And
I always make sure to be well acquainted with my friends before I buy them a drink. Sorry, what's your name?
Oh, we ain't friends.
Well, then the drinks are on you, surely.
What? Y'all hear that? I do believe I just been sassed. Are you sassing me, stranger?
Well,
he kind of
said we're not friends.
He kind of wanders over to you, and like the four people with him, they all kind of stand up, and they're like, you can tell they're excited. They're like really looking, like he wanders up until he's only about 10 feet away from you over there by the front door. He's like, you and the freak show, you can either lay down some cash and buy us some drinks, or as far as I'm concerned, you can roll the hell on. That's the only way you're welcome in this place.
Listen, I'm only here to find an old friend of mine. I'm not here to cause trouble and mess up your pretty friends and mess up your bar. I'm not here for trouble.
I ain't that ashamed, because all we got here is trouble. We ain't got no old friends. Trouble we got. We ain't got no old friends, though. Not a lick of it.
I'm gonna
He cracks his neck.
I'm gonna just break eye contact with him and look over to the barkeep.
The barkeep is like,
I don't. I'm just gonna say it anyway because I know. I think I know what kind of a person Billy Ray was. I'm just gonna say, is Billy Ray Jesper still here?
And they all kind of look around, and the one saloon girl goes, y'all know Billy Ray, and kind of pops up. You're not surprised. Apparently, his rep is that he knows everybody. He's a friend or a friend of everybody in the territory. The one saloon girl says, "Oh, you know Billy Ray?" And the pighead points at her and is like, "You shut your mouth. Men have business here."
Billy Ray and I answer. I'm disregarding this guy at this point. Billy Ray and I, we shared many a drink under the moon for a couple years. And,
she's like, yeah, he's awful nice, and And that is when this guy comes over and is just gonna just shove the mess out of you. You are getting
Yep.
shoved towards the door. So here it comes with his lucha die. What's your armor class?
Where the hell's that on there? 11.
All right. He kind of jumps up and shoves you until you go back and fall back out through the door and
Yep.
land out of the front porch. And all of his friends crack up. He didn't do it to hurt you. Like he just
No,
basically
it was
shoved you
just a
backwards.
force move. Yeah.
Yeah, just and, all of his people are laughing. He's like, "This is what happens when out of towners come into the palace. Don't with no manners."
Awesome.
Y'all see the rest of them, like they're not going for their guns, but you see a few coats being pulled back to reveal firearms there in their.
Oh, I'm gonna do the little unsnap of the gun there in my holster, and
All right. My pen go. The guy's like, "Oh, y'all are taking his part," he says, looking over at you. And at this point, violence, I do believe, is about to become general. So let's go ahead and roll initiative for everybody. You are not going to believe this, but I left my good pen out in the room. I'll be right back. Roll initiative, and I'll be right back.
I'm not trying to be flash with the dice tray, by the way, guys. The story is last week I rolled something like 3 16s on a D16 in about 4 dice rolls, and I just felt like people need to see what I'm rolling just in case that shit happens again, you know. By the way, evening Dave, thanks for popping in. Dave's in
Hey
chat.
Dave, what's going on?
Killing your players for you.
Yeah, so what did Jack McDuff initiative? What'd you get?
I got an 8. That's a 9.
Okay, how about Lucky Flores?
9.
Who has the high agility out of y'all?
I'll take 8. Sorry, I have a 0 modifier. I assumed because I was agile that I had an initiative modifier, but my sheet says not. So I'll take 8. Put me on 8.
Gotcha. So Lucky, you're on 9. You roll these guys. Oof. Okay, they're going to go on the bad men are going on at 18. So let's see how we do. Darla Pokeweed, what'd you get?
5.
5 for Darla.
This is not good.
Yeah. Okay, so Gus, aka I'm calling you El Poppy from now on. El Poppy's going to go on a 5. Who has the high agility out of El Poppy and Darla? We're grouping.
13.
Mine's 9, so yeah, Darla's going first.
All right.
I got a 10.
Christmas John got a 10.
Yep.
Well, we're going to wipe the floor with our own faces.
We're going to see. So they're going to go on 18. So here is what happens. So the Petersons, seeing you unsnap your gun, they all draw their pistols, but nobody fires this round. They're just holding them on you. And the one little one looks real mean, and he's like, you got a brain in your head. You don't want to see it on the floor. You'll keep that iron where it lives, he says. But here's what Pighead, on the other hand, he actually runs towards the front door, grabs a hold of the frame of the door, and is going to come out at a double foot kick at Gus there. You guys are actually out on the porch right now. With his lucha die, he is going to get a 10 straight up. How's that? Versus El Poppy.
Sorry. I'm on 11, my armor class.
All right. Okay. So, he just misses you. He grabs onto that thing and tries to put two big old boots in your face, but you get your hands up and get out of the way. So you're out the door, right at the threshold, and he's now hanging from the door frame, which is, there you go. So at this point, it's time for Christmas John to go.
All right. So I have a spell called Holy Symbol, and I wonder, is this a time that I could pull out my holy symbol and try to scare off the damned with some good preaching?
Absolutely, and nobody can stop you.
All right. So I pull out my holy symbol. It is a rather gaudy crucifix that is actually a Christmas ornament, and there's a story there, maybe later. And I hold it high in front of the pig masked person, luchador, and I say, "You are clearly on the path of the damned, and I invoke our God and Lord to smite you down where you stand."
Okay. You have the rules for that spell in front of you?
I do, yeah.
Go ahead and make that spell check. You're actually
Okay.
pointing at his back because he had to rush past you to get to the door where he's fighting with El Papi.
All right,
But,
a little less dramatic, but that's okay.
it's all good, you know.
So I don't, I can't spell burn, right?
No, not for a revelator. You can
Okay.
do, what do you call it? You can burn luck if you need to increase your effect.
All right, I'm just gonna, yeah. Oh, I rolled a 4. Not going
Okay.
anywhere.
Yeah, the gods are not trying to hear it at this point, but we'll see how that goes, man.
All right.
You never know. So it's time for Lucky Flores.
Well, the only way to deal with bullies is to smack them down before they have a chance. So I'm going to, fanning the hammer, shoot the guns out of the hands of the two fellas on the right.
All right, cool. So you know how to do this. D20 for the first shot, D16
Right.
for the second shot. You add your same D die to each one, and let me get my stand.
All right. My first card's just a 4. That's only a 2 on the trick die, but a 17 to hit.
Okay, so a 2 on the trick die means you do. So this is going to go a little differently than we would have thought. So rather than shooting the guns out of their hands, you're actually going to be just shooting them full stop. So go ahead. So go ahead and take your first shot. It's going to be a D20 plus whatever you got on your D20 plus whatever you got on your first roll.
Right, yeah, so 17 to hit, and D12 damage.
Yep.
And in this, does the trick shot add to the damage die as well?
Yeah, the trick shot.
Okay.
Yeah, your trick shot die adds your damage. So.
All right, so that's 11 on the first shot.
11 points of damage in the first shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so that first Peterson guy, you go for a shot to the gun, but you actually kind of hit him center of mass, and he falls down. He's bleeding pretty good. His brothers or whoever they are all look real shocked, like, you know, oh my god, you know. So we're gonna see how that's gonna go this next round. Okay, so take your second shot. Flip your card. Tell me what you get.
Second shot, that's a 9, and
9. You're in the middle.
that will be a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit too. See how and you rolled a D16 for that second shot, right?
Right. Yeah.
Outstanding.
And that's going to be 7 points.
Okay, so that one, you shoot that one, and you actually see you hit them kind of more to the side, and you actually see that bullet exit out of their body, like goes in one side, comes out the other one. They kind of gasp, but you don't think it's immediately life-threatening. And they are looking pretty chuffed by all this. So fight's fixing it's just going to get worse from here. See, they should have fired. They just said they'd cover you and you would cower down. And well, that didn't happen. There you go. So it's time for Lucky Flores time for Jack McDuff.
I'm just going to follow up. Yeah, I'm going to draw, and I'm going to go for. There were 4 of them. Did you say?
Yeah. There's 3 left, and one's over there. As you scan the room, you see the 3 of them are there. The
Sure.
bartender has dropped down behind the bar. The one bar lady is running for the back door, just scampering out of there. And the two gamblers in the far corner have like they're like down there under their table taking cover.
Okay, so I'm going to draw my pistol. I'm going to aim at the guy who hasn't been hit yet or hasn't been shot at yet, and that is a 3.
3 of what?
So 3 of clubs.
Oh, it doesn't matter actually. Yeah, go ahead. 3. You're right in the middle.
But that goes wide. That was a 4.
Yeah.
+1. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right,
tell you what, I've got a boon. I'm going to use my boon for a reroll.
Boon for a reroll. Do it up.
Okay. That was great. That's a really good use for boon there. That's a 3. That's how it works, right? I'm supposed to go. Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Oh,
You're definitely rolling low in this game.
it's Ingram dice.
All right. Well, you can't win them all, and that's okay though, because you know what? You have got compadres here along with you. So if Jack McDuff can't do it, maybe Darla Pokeweed can bring something to the table. Darla, you are up.
So the one that went after El Papi, he's now on the floor, bleeding, dead.
No, the one that went after El Papi is like you have to like look over your shoulder to see them. They are actually hanging from the interior of the door frame, the door that goes outside. They just tried to kick El Papi in the face and failed. The one of the other ones, there are 2 of his friends have been shot. One of them is laying there. It don't look good. Second one is laying there, is still on his feet, but is looking pretty abused by all of this. And that is what you see.
She's gonna surreptitiously put a bullet in her mouth, and we're gonna go for lead spitter as a spell.
Spitter.
She's going after Pighead, who's hanging from the door frame.
Outstanding.
So.
Yeah, don't hit me.
10. Hang on.
Yeah, don't miss this one, D.
12. 14.
Okay.
So it manifests as the mouth of yeah, that was 2. So the spell itself manifests as my mouth temporarily morphs, taking the form of a fleshy gun barrel as the bullet comes out. And the spell itself.
The new flesh.
14. So the caster spits out up to 2 bullets with a range of 35, 71. Oh no, sorry. 25, 50, 75. I'm within range. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Range attack must be made to successfully strike the target, and caster uses intelligence modifier plus class level instead of agility. So range attack. Let's do a 8 plus intelligence 2. And class level at 8, 10, 12.
12 versus Pighead. That's going to miss. And we'll get into that here in a minute. But go for your second shot.
And the second shot.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 10 again. 10, 12, 12. 14 that time.
That hits. 14 hits that time. Good.
Cool. So that's 1d8 damage.
Okay,
the one
roll it
I
up.
don't have in front of me. Hang on. I've got it here.
No problem.
How is it you can have every blooming dice in the world apart from the one that you need in front of
Totally
you?
know how that goes.
So that's a 4 plus I have lightning rod, which is a +1 to all magic related damage. So that's 5 points of damage.
Right. So you hit them and like you kind of shoot and you kind of hit Pighead in the back of one of his legs because he's hanging up so high. That first shot of it missed. Go ahead and give me that roll one more time. Okay. And Pedro, what is your armor class? You have soft cover. What is your armor class right now?
Yeah. Thanks, Darla.
How we do, Darla?
I rolled a 19.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Might hit him.
Yeah.
It's going to be a domestic here.
Well, hang on. What was she rolling to miss?
Yeah, roll me damage on that. So Pedro, suddenly things have gotten a little bit different. There's been a slight change of battle.
So damage of 4 in total.
Okay.
I have said the critical strikes are treated normally, however, fumbles are ignored, and no gun deck is used. Okay, no, that's fine. That's right. I was just getting to the end of the spell. Okay. So yeah, the damage on that was 4. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So
Okay,
you
that's
get
fine.
winged as you're standing out there. You don't know who shot you from inside, but
So the way I'm imagining it right now is that sorry, what was the name of the guy who's hanging? Pighead.
Pighead.
Pighead is hanging. He's still holding on to the the door frame. I've kind of grabbed his legs now, and this bullet has come in and struck me in the chest and really sort of come in here and really it's hurt. I mean,
Yeah.
I can take it. I can take it.
No,
And,
that's fair.
Ah!
Darla sort of surreptitiously looks around like, wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Where did that come from? With your gun face, like, what the what? I don't know who turned on that. That was awesome. Well done, Miss Pokewood. And it's time for El Poppy. What's it gonna be?
That's riled me. So with that, I'm gonna step forward. I'm gonna grab this guy across the stomach, effectively. I want to pull him down and into a pile driver as a signature move.
Pile driver, heck yeah. 3 or better
That's
for some
the plan.
version of the pile driver.
Yeah.
So now we're wrestling now. So I'm making my roll versus your roll. Give me that strength check, and 3 or better to get the pile driver. Oof. How'd you do?
Would you say 3 or better? I mean, I rolled a 17.
I mean, what'd you get on your wrestler die?
Oh, sorry.
No,
I got a 3.
You got 7?
I
So you
got
got
a
a
3.
total of 20. I had an 18.
yeah.
I was sure. I was like, there's no way he's getting me. Nope, that's awesome. Fantastic. Okay, and you got a 3 on that. So you got the pile driver off. So go ahead and give me damage, and I'll say he's gonna be stunned for a round.
I'm just trying to
if you
work
just make
out
a saving throw.
how do
Your
I do
damage
the
should be
damage on
your
this?
damage should be a die 6 plus your strength modifier plus whatever you got on your
So it's a 3.
your,
My strength modifier is not on the plus 2. And then a d6, which is there. Huh! That's where the other...
I believe you.
Can we get that?
That's a 6 plus
6 plus 3 plus 2.
Yeah, it's 11. Boom! So like you pile drive him onto the wooden porch in this place.
Da-da-da-da-da! Puppy power!
You get one of those. One. All right? Scooby.
Sorry, it only came to me just now, and I don't plan on doing that again.
No, I'm playing. But yeah, you actually want to break the board in the plank porch of the exterior of this place.
Yeah.
And all of the horses are out there, and all the horses like rear up at once at this amazing, collision that goes on. Outstanding. So it's the top of the order. It is their turn. He is dazed by your hit. He is crawling, like he's literally crawling away. So he is going to spend his round just crawling away from this combat. And once they saw that from the interior and their buddy got shot, the 3 people who are like the other guys that are in there, actually 1 woman and 1 man left standing that haven't been shot. The other 2 have been shot with both dudes. They actually grab their friends and are running for the back door. They're like, they're just like fleeing. They don't want any more of this. So the bunch of them spend this round. They go out that same door that Bar Lady ran out through a minute ago. Like with this. Out front where this round, Gus, where you are, like the Pighead is like crawling. He crawls right by this kid. It's like a 9-year-old kid just dressed in rags, looking filthy. And like as he crawls past him, he looks over at you and he's like, "Are you looking for Billy Ray? You should come with me," he says. So we'll get back to that. Is anyone pursuing, taking final shots, casting any further spells in this combat? We'll let him go. All right. So the 4 of them, including their buddy who got shot, they all flee out the back. The wrestler just crawls and takes a left, crawls down the alleyway. You're on Railroad Street. Takes the alleyway off of Railroad Street and starts crawling back there. Just staggered. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys just beamed him. You know, and the you know, like slowly the barman kind of like looks up. He looks over at his mirror. He's so pleased that his mirror didn't get shot. He's like, thank God, you know, can't have that again. And the two gamblers, like both of them, kind of get back up and get back to their game. Not their first bar fight. But out
Judge,
front,
can I just go talk to the barkeeper and say, hey, when those guys come back in, the drinks are on me, and just pass them enough to cover a round for them,
oh, cool.
just to really humiliate them when they come back.
Yeah. He's like, I'll let him know. I'll definitely let him. I was like, I'll let him know, definitely.
If they'd asked, that's a good move. I mean, if they'd asked nicely, or even given me 10 minutes to win a couple of hands, I'd have bought around with the winnings. You know, it's
Yeah, exactly.
No, totally. Well, yeah, you know, he's all kinds of pleased, and you know, like he says, that was quite a fancy move you used there, son. I've never quite seen something like that before. You know, I've never seen anyone get the better of Pighead. He's been, him and the Petersons been coming in here for weeks and just corralling anybody who gives him any lip. So, you know, y'all must be something. Are you guys like a circus freaks or what?
Ladies and gentlemen, El Pappy.
And yeah, I'll reply in a suspiciously very non-Hispanic accent, because Gus is from Wyoming, and just say we're just passing through, just trying to find Billy Ray.
Oh, y'all know Billy Ray? I haven't seen him in a few nights, but he comes in here kind of regular. If you come back every night, like you feel like grinning, like, you know, and show them Peterson boys a thing or two, yeah, you're bound to run into him eventually. He can't stay away. Man likes his drink. Not a drunk, but he likes a drink.
What's his favorite drink?
Oh, he'll drink a whiskey or a beer. Beer and whiskey is what we have, so that's, you know.
That's handy.
If you like something else, I don't know about it.
Okay, I'll shut up now.
Are there rooms to let?
Do they have rooms here? He says, yeah, we got a common room we can put you up in. Sure. It's, you know, it's real quiet this time of year. You know, all the cowboys being out. So I got rooms that I usually leave out for the ladies that I could definitely put you all up in if you need. So this kid has now come inside and is like still trying to get El Papi's attention. Come with me. And the barman's like, all right, now I ain't got no work for you today. Shoo out of here, boy. So y'all see this 9-year-old boy trying to get El Papi's attention.
I'll walk over to him, drop to eye level on one knee.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, son?
The lady wishes to speak with you. She says it's about Billy Ray.
Where can I find her?
Come with me. I'm to take you.
Okay. I'll look around
And
see if I can make eye contact with these guys.
All right, yeah. You guys hear this kid just said Billy Ray's name. Y'all all hear that.
Yeah, I'll make eye contact to all of the party, and I'll just sort of give a nod. And yeah, I kind of.
Yeah. What can you tell us about this lady, young lad?
She's special. There ain't nobody like Lady Meadowlark. Nobody in the world. She's awful nice.
In what way is she special?
Powerful, smart, awfully nice. Like
Does she know where Billy Ray is?
I think she's looking for Billy Ray too. Also, I don't know if it's a she or a he.
Okay.
I don't know what we should call it.
Why is she looking for Billy Ray?
I couldn't rightly say, ma'am.
You gonna take us to her?
Yes, ma'am. I certainly will.
Good.
Okay.
Boy, I think you should.
All right. So y'all saddle up and head out. He's on foot, so unless someone gives him a ride, you guys are going at his pace.
I'll grab him and stick him on my on the
You
back of
got
my
it.
horse.
Gotcha. All right, you ride about a mile and a half out of town until you guys make it to the South Platte River. When you guys get to the South Platte, hold on a second. Yeah. Sorry. You guys ride down to the South Platte River, and when you guys get there, you guys see that. Cat! My note. Cat did 86 my notes. Well done, Cat. Well done. You can see that there's a barge sitting out there on the water. There's a plank that leads up to the barge, and on top of the barge is like a little shelter. The shelter is made of like animal hides, but it's also adorned with animal skulls and these strings of feathers. Darla, you can see that all along the edge of the what do you call it? The barge itself is covered in like mystical symbols. Not all of them mean anything to you, but they all look like they think you know what they mean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So yeah, they all look a bit like they could be a bit magical, but I can't read them. I wouldn't be able to sort of go, oh, that's the symbol for so and so. But I get the vibe off them that it's definitely a bit woo. It's definitely a bit mystical.
You can give me a wheelhouse roll, D20, and add your intelligence modifier and your character level.
12.
12. Other than that, they seem to you to be protection kind of runes. Other than that, they're protection runes. You can't quite make out what they are.
Okay.
They're of a different. They're certainly of a different mystical tradition than the one that you are familiar with.
Okay. I don't deem to share this with the rest of the group. I just sort of I notice and I sort of to myself, yeah. But at this point in time, these guys are still strangers. We've got a common goal, but you know, El Papi could be a little bit miffed that I gave him a bit of a flesh wound earlier, so still being a little cagey.
These things must be heretical to me.
You might think that way, Darla, but actually he's not being particularly gruff because he's used to being hit whilst in the ring, and it actually focused him that he was in a fight. But he is probably still bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely you're definitely losing some blood. All right. So there's a little plank that leads up to the up from the shore onto the raft, and that is what you see.
Just as an aside, El Papi, do you want some healing? Are you in a good state? How bad is this wound of yours? I mean, assuming you're on the righteous path.
Well, I'm a man of the Lord, doing God's work where I can in the ring to entertain and look after my cattle, I guess, now. I'm not sure. I think there's a bullet in there still. I don't even know quite what happened.
All right, I'm going to lay on hands.
All right. Go ahead and make me that check.
Okay. I think I get a +2 for personality. That's my modifier, and then I also get a +2 for my level. Is that right?
Yeah, your total. If you have a +2 in your personality modifier, your total check should be D20 +4.
All right.
And then, do you have a luck modifier?
Sorry.
Do you have a luck modifier?
Oh no. I got 0 for that.
And D20 +4.
Natural 20.
Oh, outstanding. So I think that's 4 dice. So what you can do is roll 48 and keep the highest 2.
Okay.
because since he has 2 hit dice, he can't get higher than 2 hit dice.
All right.
And,
So
and that 20 gets him a boon as well.
7, 4.
Oh yeah, and you get a boon. You pick a boon.
Okay.
I gotta get my head vibing for Dark Trail.
I'm using coins for boons, so that's a 7 and a 4, the 2 highest.
7 and a 4. So you get back 11 points.
Excellent. Thank you very
I
much.
think that's gonna put you well into the pink.
And it's sort of
the
sound as a bullet lands on the floor.
yeah. Christmas John puts hands on you, and you feel this glow that go out through your entire body, and then a minute later, that bullet just leaves your skin, clinks, falls onto the earth, and there's still blood there, but there's no wound whatsoever. The pain's gone. It's amazing.
I have to declare I have never seen this healing work so well, and I kind of give Darla some side eye, and I say, this must have been heretical lead. Pierced your body.
And with that, she just sort of goes, and then just reaches down and picks the bullet up, cleans it off with her skirt, and pops it back in a pouch on her belt.
Beautiful.
I love that. That's outstanding. All right, cool. All right, yeah. So El Papi, no longer bleeding. Pain is gone. What do y'all do?
Literally just gonna kind of stretch up, crack all the joints in my back, shake myself down a bit, and kind of and then in we go, I guess, and see if we can.
All right, so you're going to go over walk the plank up onto the barge itself?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Sure.
Okay. You guys clamber onto the barge. The water looks like it's freezing right about now. It's the middle of November in Nebraska, for goodness sakes. But when you guys get on there, you can feel like there's warmth coming from the shelter itself, and you hear a man's voice say, come inside, join me at my fire.
Do I recognize the voice at all?
You do not.
Okay. I look back at the others and kind of guess it's warmer in there.
So how big's the shelter? How much room? What?
Shelter. It looks like you will all be able to fit in there, but no one will be able to stand upright. You'll be kind of like, sort of like leaning down to get in there. It looks like it's just at 6 foot tall. It's kind of like a big sort of like tent with like a one central line in the middle of it that's being held between 2 poles at either end of the barge. There's a tent flap that leads into it. It's all animal hides, and as you can see from there and such. But there's certainly room for everybody in there. And as you look at it, you can see there's a smoke hole coming out of the top that's dripping smoke right now. And there's a scent of the place. It's you know what it reminds me of? It reminds you of Catholic Church. It has that kind of incense smell to it.
I kind of glance at the boy and say, hey, boy, you told us you were taking us to see a woman, and that's clearly a man's voice.
I don't understand it either, sir.
Is this Billy Ray's house?
No. This is the home of Lady Mellowlark. She lets me sleep here.
Jack's going to
Sounds
take a
like a
look
lady to
across
me.
at Lucky, and what do you think?
If this is the way to find Billy Ray, let's find him.
Okay. Jack will step up and push the flap aside. Step inside then.
Okay, so the inside of here. So you were looking at the inside of a tent shelter. There are mats all around the floor. There's a low table with like sitting next to a small sort of a pot-bellied stove with a like a exhaust pipe that's going up to the top of the shelter itself. Everything is homemade. Like this all looks like junk thrown together. You know what I'm saying? There's a shelf in there with different occult-looking items on there. With beads, some chalices, a couple of wooden cups, and sitting behind that low table, sitting on the mats there is a man, full beard, waxed, long hair, but also is wearing a gown, like an Oriental style gown, and has makeup on, and says, welcome all, come join me. I am Lady Meadowlark, and it is a pleasure to make all of your acquaintance. Your coming has been foretold. The spirits, they speak to me. They speak to me in the wind and in the voices of animals. They tell me that we have a common goal here. You are all seeking Billy Ray Jespers.
At this point, I'm going to take a step back. I've got um, a satchel probably on my side, and I'm just going to put my hand into the satchel and just like leave it there. Um, I think that John would probably realize that I'm clearly resting my hand on something very flat. It's a gesture that John might recognize.
All right. All right. They look. He looks unperturbed, and says to you, "The spirits, they speak to me. And a few nights ago, I had a vision. Something's happened to Billy Ray. I believe someone has snatched him up. I believe that he has been touched by some sort of magic, and that he is being held someplace and possibly used for dark purpose. I have enemies in the material world, and I can't stray very far from this area without putting my body at risk. But I saw that warriors would arrive soon, and that they would show up and could help out. So, if you wish, I can give you something that will help you find Billy Ray. I can send you I can give you something to help you find his psychic trail, if you would wish, and if you would be my allies."
Darla is sort of looking around, and she's like, yeah, this sounds like it should be. It sounds like we can help each other here. I'm interested with your setup you've got here. Are you some kind of mystic?
The spirits, they speak to me. They always have, but it was always in whispers until the 7 days of night. And you guys all recall the 7 days of night was the event that took place across the world that suddenly that was the beginning of when all of y'all actually had access to abilities beyond what mortals could typically get. She said, but once the 7 days of night passed, I woke up and realized who I truly was. Kind of like waves their hand over themselves like, this. And I heard the voices for the first time. I heard them clearly, and they answered me back. I am a medium, and I am an ally to spirits and ghosts, and an enemy to Manitou, and an enemy to those dark spirits that would hamper mankind. And they are out there in force, and I fear that Billy Ray is being used as a token of some sort to bring even further evil into our world, a world which sorely needs warriors on the side of the angels and less of the others.
How do you know these are good spirits and not evil spirits trying to deceive you?
I know their songs.
What songs?
She said, and she starts putting together like this tea. She puts a bunch of stuff together. She says to the boy, that kid, she says, Obi, go out and get us some willow bark and a few other ingredients and juniper berries, and bring them back. And she starts putting together this tincture out of all of these things, out of these bits that are back there and such. She says, you will know their song when you hear it, and you will know Billy Ray when you see him. You'll be able to track him. But you'll just have to trust me that I have been an ally to spirits. I have been their friend. I speak their language, and I know which ones mean harm. The spirit world is simpler than our own. It's hard for them to deceive us. Well, it's hard for them to deceive me.
Well, I don't know one spirit from the next, but if Billy Ray's being held and in danger, I'm for finding him and going to the rescue.
Sure.
Excellent.
I would sort of look a little bit embarrassed and, make it quite obvious to my friends that I think something a bit odd's going on here. But yeah, we'll go with it.
All right, I got you. So a moment later, Obi returns with all of the ingredients that Lady Meadowlark asked for. And she puts them all together, mashes them up, pours hot water over him, and strains the whole thing into a bowl. The smell coming off of it is floral and exotic. She takes it, she takes a sip, and then she actually hands it right over to Darla.
Yep, Darla takes a sip too. She takes a nice big sniff.
Yeah.
And then takes a sip.
There's power in that.
And yeah, she feels it sort of warming her all the way down, and she just sort of feels the tingle of the power.
Oh, yeah.
And she looks at the others and sort of offers it like,
John will take it, and he'll stare at the child and say that, children are the only good left in this world, and if young what's his name trusts this lady, then who am I to judge?
Cool. So you take a sip too. So slowly, so you take a sip. I'm assuming you all pass. Does anyone say no to it?
Yeah.
All right. So within moments your head swims a little bit, but then soon you can actually see these like figures that are all over the place. These like winged spirits, animal spirits, plant spirits. You sort of see them as these like vague like things in the background. And she says, when you search for Billy Ray, and she says his psychic residue would look like this. This is something he gave me. And he pulls out what Christmas John you instantly recognize to be a copy of the King James Bible, real tattered copy. And you can see where there's like this indigo light kind of coming off of that look like finger marks in a whole bunch of different directions and such. All y'all see it though. Y'all all see this light and such. She says, I know he's somewhere, but I know he's being held from us. There's several locations where he might be. His cabin is to the north of the city. You might start there. He has a friend that lives in. He has a friend that lives in town that you might. I don't know where he. I don't know where the friend. I don't know where the friend lives, but you might look for his compadre. I'm sorry, looking for the name here. Pardon me, y'all. I'm having a notes skewed. The cat came in and like literally took over my table, knocked everything off on the floor, and I can't handle her because she's got flea meds on her. So I'm out of luck. There you go. So I'll get my computer. Yeah, she said Ed Hoxie. Ed Hoxie is the name of his friend that lives in the city. And she says you might start at Mount Calvary. Mount Calvary is also north of the city. He goes there often to smoke and to be amongst his fallen friends. I've always thought Billy Ray was close to the spirit world already because to him, his living for allies and dead allies are exactly the same. I respect that.
Okay, so
and I understand that after drinking this concoction, we should be able to track Billy Ray.
If you can find his track, yes, you should.
So we've got a couple of possible leads. Do we do them one at a time, or do you want to sort of split up and hit them? Steer us by
split the party, or
well, I don't.
So,
I think.
Real quick, Lady Middlelark tells you that Obi will lead you if you need to go to his house. Can take you there. You can see that Mount Calvary is that's just it's north. Everyone knows where that is. It's a cemetery north of the city. It's a treeless hill. You can't miss it. All over with things. He's been known to be there sometimes. But she doesn't know where Hoxie lives. She's that's his best friend in town, but doesn't know where current whereabouts. So it's up to y'all. Y'all can decide where it is y'all want to go.
I think starting at his house makes sense.
I agree.
Yeah, I was going to suggest the same.
Okay, yeah. And I think we should stick together.
Okay,
I agree.
Yeah, Christmas John doesn't want some other group finding him and getting him first.
I've played games before.
I just like to put Brendan through his paces, every week.
But we're all going to split up.
Yeah,
Go
Scooby
different
and
directions.
5 different directions.
Scooby
Let's
and
take the
Shaggy
house.
that way.
To be fair, we're
Well-
probably all a little wary of each other, right? Because we've all got different
Yeah, that's
motivations for finding Billy Ray, so I think sticking together makes a lot of sense. So let's go and
Yeah.
check out. Everybody
Yeah.
happy? Check out his house first.
Yeah,
his
Darla wants to start with the cabin because she may be able to solve the reason why she wants to get hold of him just by raiding his cabin.
Sure. All right. Lady Middlelark has the boy Obi lead you there. So you guys ride kind of like north and east of the city, and at some point he says, "You need to stop. Let's stop here." He says, "Let me off the horse, please."
Why?
I got a scared feeling. I don't want to go any closer to the shack, to Billy Ray's place. But it's
Can we see the shack from where we are?
He can give you. He says you just follow this trail, up over those hills there, and keep going. You'll find it. You can't miss it. He says there's a horseshoe over the door. You can't miss it.
There's nothing to be scared of. I
I
think.
got a scared feeling, man.
But a scared feeling of what? You're with grown-ups is fine.
I couldn't rightly say, but all right. If you want to like calm him down and get him to come with, give me a personality check. D20, add your personality mod.
14.
Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, all right. Nervous but willing to be game. He stays with you, and yeah, sure enough, you guys ride, and pretty soon come up to his dooryard. So this is like, it's a dugout, so it's like dug into the side of a low hill. Okay, the half of the wood is like actual boards, and then like some of it is obviously reclaimed stuff, old signs and things, and some of it is just natural pieces of wood. It's like over there and such. There's a door with an actual door there, and there's a horseshoe hung over the door.
Okay, ride up to it. Get off the horse. I let Obi off as well. Give him a pat on the head. And go, see? There you go. That wasn't too bad, was it?
No, ma'am.
I'm gonna let him hold my holy symbol for this, for the next little while.
He's real excited about that. Like, hold that
This will
up.
protect you, kid.
And I'll give him a pat on the shoulder as well and call him a little warrior.
Yes, sir.
And don't go running off.
And then Jack takes him for 2 bits. No, I'm kidding. All right, so you guys, you guys are out in front of this place. It's quiet inside, and it's like ramshackle.
I'll try the door.
You open the door. It opens. There's no lock on it. It's real simple. It's just a latch door, and you open it up. You can see the interior is one big room. It smells kind of horsey. There's burlap like sacking for the floor, and right next to the door there is a little tiny crate. Crate's got a lamp on top of it, like a hurricane lantern, like an oil lantern, and there's a box of matches set next to it.
Okay.
Is it
how
dark right
is it?
now?
Yeah.
It's Nebraska. You got daylight from about 8 a.m. to about 4 in the p.m. right now. You know what I mean? So it's real dark.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get that hurricane lamp going.
All right. As soon as you light it up, all of a sudden a flood of moss like you've never seen before, like thousands of them, all just coming out of the door at one time. Whoosh! It must have been all over the ceiling and everything. So this incredible like swarm of moss flies out the door, flies up into the night.
Darla sort of ducks and goes, then sort of composes herself again.
Outstanding. Cool. They don't molest you guys further. They don't attack or anything. And you guys can look around the inside of there. So there is it's pretty barren in here. There is like I said, there's a sleeping pallet. There is a single wooden chair that's and like There's a whiskey crate that's repurposed as a table. There's an antler rack over by the one door, but it's empty right now. There's no coats up there or anything. And there's a wooden crate at the end of the bed, blazoned with a White House coffee logo. There's also a little tiny pot-bellied stove, and it's got a tin vent going up into the ceiling. And hanging over the ceiling, there are 2 framed photographs.
What are the
Get close
photos?
and take a look. Yeah.
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 All right, you look at the photographs. There are 2 of them. One is clearly Billy Ray as a very young man, standing alone with a small crowd of other youth. All of them, Billy Ray included, they're all dressed like cowboy fashion. They've got hats on and chaps, and some of them are holding ropes. It looks like they're in front of a fence someplace, like a prairie somewhere. They're all smiling and young and looking, the Billy Ray is like in his 40s and like late 40s at this point. So this must have been him. Maybe he might even have been a teenager in that picture. And the other picture, you see Billy Ray as an adult. He's standing there looking very stern-faced with another man and a youth in front of another house, like a hostelry. There's a sign over all their heads that says, "Horses bought and sold, rigs for rent." Also, now that you're inside here, you can see that indigo glow on everything in here. It's like you can see the residue from where he was everywhere inside of here, and you can also see it like walking outside, going around the back. There's like a couple of paths into the woods and like going into the and one clearly like making heading back in the direction of town.
Okay. Darla's going to start sort of methodically searching the place. She's looking for this book. This is the whole reason she's here. So anything that looks like it could be storing a book, underneath crates, inside the bedroll, everywhere.
Gotcha.
Started.
Well, there's that crate at the end of the bed. Is the other boxes that are all being used? You can see right inside them that they're empty. You know what I'm saying? They're just like empty boxes that are being used as furniture. But the crate at the end of the bed is the only place where you could sit, or under the sleeping pallet, probably the only place where that you could, where you could, find, anything. Are we looking inside there?
Yeah, she's going to look in that. She's going to look in that crate first. She thinks in that box is going to be a more sensible place than under the sleeping pallet.
Gotcha. So here is what you see when you go in there. There's a couple of sets of well-worn clothes. There's some real basic carpentry tools. There's a half-full box of nails, and there are 2 books in here. One is a tattered copy of James Fenimore Cooper's The Pioneers. The other one is a green-bound volume that says The Anatomy of a Willow. And Darla, that's the one that catches your attention.
Oh yeah, she picks it up and sort of starts looking at it and opens it up and just sort of starts gently thumbing through the pages to see if this is the book that she's come for.
Yeah, but sort of. So there's a bunch of pages that are missing out of it, like a whole section towards the end, and it looks like someone's been using the margins to keep whist scores all along the interior. So it just marked up one side and down the other. It's like there's some birth dates written in the back there, and a recipe on one page.
She just tuts to herself, like, how could anyone possibly do this to such a precious thing, to a book? How could you possibly? Heathens.
You said the second photo had Billy Ray older, like as an adult?
Yeah, probably a few years ago maybe, and it's him and another man and a youth, and they are standing in front of a hostelry. With it, standing under you see it's got a painted sign painted right on the wall there. Horses bought and sold, rigs for rent.
Okay. I'm gonna take that photo down and I'm just gonna show it to El Papi and Gambler, Macduff, and
everybody can give me a luck check, including yourself.
Okay.
Oh.
I rolled a 1. I know that's just coincidental on my previous 20, but hey.
John, you show it to them, and you realize that when everyone came into town from different directions, you rode right past a building that had the sign was on there. Obviously now, like at this point, it's looks like the place is abandoned and it's been emptied out, but it actually had that same sign on there. At least you could only read the last couple of words, rigs for rent. But it's not terribly far from here. You rode past it on your way in.
These two seem awful close. I wonder if that's Ed Hoxley. Hoxley?
Cool.
Ed Hoxley is the guy's name. Yeah, could be.
Hoxley.
I'm gonna keep the photo so I know what Billy Ray looks like because I've never met him.
Gotcha. You can keep the photo. You got it.
Darla's keeping the book. She also picks up the other book, The Pioneer, and sort of thumbs through it and gets a feel that this isn't really the book that she's looking for.
No, it's a dog-eared copy of a very early American novel of the Pioneer days.
I'm sorry, Brendan. What was the other photograph again?
The other photograph is Billy Ray as a youth. Him and a bunch of other kids, just like I said, just teenagers. Obviously, it looks like they're getting ready for a cattle drive. They got hats and chaps and vests on, and they're standing in front of a fence in front of a big pasture someplace. All looking bright-eyed and eager.
This photo, this reminds me of my childhood, and so I put it into my I go out to the horse and put it in the saddlebags.
Yeah.
Looking around at this glow that we can now see, can we discern, is any of it like brighter or fresher, or does it all look the same?
No, but this is his place, so it's kind of on every place, but you can see this, that as you watch carefully, now that you're taking a really good look at it, you can see that it's fading. It's slowly fading out.
Do you think we're done here, guys?
Yeah.
Darla takes a look under the bed to see if she likes this Willow book, but it's not the magic book she's really looking for.
Missing something.
But it's missing something. But she's taken a liking to the book, so she's taking it anyway.
You got it.
So she's just going to check under the sleeping pallet just to make sure he wasn't an idiot and left it under there.
Gotcha. You lift up the side of the pallet. What you do see in there is an old coffee can kind of dug into the ground that's got like some change in there. Looks like there's maybe $1 worth of coins.
Darla picks that up so she can give it to the kid. She doesn't want it herself, but she's like, takes that, and she's gonna give that $1 to the kid because he made the effort to come all this way, and he's been very good.
Yeah, he is awful pleased at having some money on his own. Like you can see, his eyes light up with visions of horehound candy, and maybe even a sarsaparilla down at the All right, cool. So what do we do after we take those with, and that is all you find in here.
I think we could go and find that location in that photo.
Okay. Yeah. Sure enough. You guys ride up to that location. It's about like 20-minute ride. When you guys get over there, sure enough, you can only see the place is dusty and like half of that sign is obscured, but you can see where it says "Rigs for Rent." You're sure this is the same building. And one thing with your standing there in the dooryard with your spirit sense, you can see what is a young. What looks to be the translucent outline of a young person. You can see right through them partially. They're kind of standing there, just sort of like he's standing there, sort of watching you as you arrive.
We can all see him?
Yes, you can all see him.
Darla waves at him to see if she can get a reaction from him.
He's like,
You?
Can you see me?
I can.
Can hear you
Well,
too.
ain't that something? You can hear me. Well, that's some kind of magical. Well, hello. Howdy. Hello. Hello,
Who are you?
What's your name? I'm Gordy.
Hi, Gordy. I'm Darla.
Hi, darling. Ain't this something? I ain't had a conversation with somebody since last All Hallows Eve. Wow, this is really something. Hello.
I turn to the others and go, can you see and hear him as well?
Yeah, y'all can all, you guys can all see him. Again, he's a translucent, ghostly outline of where he was, but you can definitely see him. You know.
He doesn't
He
look
has a-
familiar from any of the photos.
Yeah, you know what? He could be that youth from that photo, the one with Billy Ray as an adult.
Okay.
It's him and another adult and a kid. Yeah, this could definitely be that kid. Almost like an idealized version of that kid, like an artist might draw favorably. You know what I'm saying? As
So,
you know.
so Jack's like to John, Christmas John. Hey, you got that picture? Sort of hold it
Yeah,
up.
and unfolded, and we kind of look, and could be him.
He's like the kid kind of wanders over to see what you're looking at. He goes, "Oh yeah, that's my uncle.
That's Billy Ray,
God,
right?
it's good to see." And that's Billy Ray. Yeah, sure is.
And
So,
what's your uncle's name?
He says, he says Matty O'Connor.
Okay.
We're all looking for Billy Ray right now. Have you seen him around?
That's weird. He came by here a couple of days ago, but he was acting crazy, and he says, yeah, he says, my uncle and Billy Ray. I mean, we're practically neighbors out here. And before the sinkhole opened up, and my uncle left, and I got buried, they would come over, and he'd come over and
to back up a bit, sinkhole.
oh yeah, come take a look. And he walks right to the building and like to the exterior back of the place,
So
And,
through the building, yeah.
Yeah, like.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
and for a moment,
let's not just go chasing after him.
but he walks straight through it to the backyard. So there's a horse lot that's back there. Most of the fence has come down at this point, but you can see in the backyard there's a giant big sinkhole. Must be like 15 feet across and deep. He says he kind of smiles down and kind of like wistfully like, yeah, my body's down there someplace.
Wow.
Where's
Sorry
your
to hear
uncle?
that.
Yeah, well, I guess it wasn't plague or nothing. It ain't so bad. I ain't never gonna get no older, and I can go into town once a year on All Hallows Eve. So there's that.
Wow.
But yeah, I saw Billy Ray a few nights ago.
What was he doing? Where was he going?
Oh, it was the strangest thing. He ran inside here, fit to be tied. He only had one boot on. He was just yelling, and he kept screaming and pointing up at the sky like the moon was chasing him. And then he found that there's a can of old can of kerosene in there, and he this is gonna sound like I'm telling a story here, but I wouldn't lie to y'all. He kind of like touches his forelock, looking over at all y'all. I wouldn't lie or nothing. He shook that can over his eyes, and then he lit his head on fire right in front of me, and then he ran off that way. And like you can see where he points, you can actually see like boot prints there, indigo glowing boot prints going off into the distance, just screaming the whole way. And I can't. I tried to follow him, but except for All Hallows night, I can only go so many paces away from, sinkhole.
Well, thank you, son. We're gonna need an intervention with Billy. Sounds like he's in trouble.
Are you a
Father,
preacher?
this sounds like the devil's work.
Oh, I'm a preacher.
Well, maybe you'd say a prayer for me, old Gordy. They
Gordy?
just left me there. They just left me there in that hole there. They never took my body out.
I will say a prayer for you, Gordy.
Thank you, sir.
All right. I tell him he's obviously on the righteous path and he'll be looked after. Take my holy symbol and do a 1, 2, 3 on him.
All right, cool. He's happier for it. Whoa, nope, stop. All right. So do y'all follow those tracks?
Follow the tracks.
All right. Tracks go about half a mile to a ditch where there's a tree under a tree. You see a corpse in a ditch under a tall bristlecone pine. It's been dead for a couple of days. No hat, no boots, and yeah, you see his body there on the ground. A body there on the ground.
Darla goes up to the body And is it face down or face up? Can we see
Face down.
Face down.
But let me stop you there. As you walk up to it, Darla, suddenly you see these swirling colors and things appear around everything. Please make me a saving throw. Willpower save DC 13. Actually, all of y'all make me a willpower save DC 13.
That's 18. Yeah.
20.
Made it. 20 made it. All right, Gus, you didn't make it.
I rolled a.
John.
Is there a
rolled
pass?
an 11.
Are there disadvantages to rolling natural ones?
I mean,
Those are.
That's a hex.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
rolled.
You pick up a hex. Okay, so now
You have
you're,
not been saved.
Can I burn a boon to re-roll that guy?
You can burn a boon. No, but you can burn a boon to get rid of your hex, and that'll keep you from
okay.
having negatives going forward. So.
All right, I'll
Yeah,
just
one
cancel
of
out
them
the
are just
hex.
like ones. Yeah, okay, well, yeah. So you throw your boon in, that cancels your hex.
Yeah.
Ones are just like DCC ones where you can't luck out of them or get a reroll or
Okay.
anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
All right.
Mine was a nat 20.
Yeah, nat
Yeah.
20 even
And
better.
I got 11.
Yeah, so
11. So I failed.
y'all two failures, you guys see like everything has become this like weird hallucinatory terrain where all of a sudden it's like you're in this weird savage world with strange people from all like different times moving in and out of focus and colors and everything. Now the rest of y'all who did save, you actually see these things, but not like intensely. Like you can kind of see them as sort of like phantoms hanging off there at the edge of your vision. But amongst them, you guys who made your saving throw, you see this creature sneaking up, trying to use the illusions as those illusions as kind of a cover. You know what I'm saying? Like it's creeping up on you guys in order to like and using the hallucination to kind of hide behind. Yeah, sure enough, it creeps up and it's getting ready to pounce on somebody. So let's go ahead and roll me initiative because this thing is coming at y'all.
What does this critter look like?
Okay, so here is what it looks like. Give you this full thing. So. So it is it's like a cougar, okay, but it's got blue fur all the way across it, and it's kind of got like a nimbus of stars that sort of like orbits it as it's looking there and such. When it looks up at you, like you keep seeing, like you see its face, but you also see another face behind its face. Like if it moves too quickly, you see this ghost of some kind of a insane looking human being that has to catch up and resync itself with the creature's face. And it looks awfully upset. So let's go ahead and give me an initiative check. You got to beat my terrible 7. So all right, Jack McDuff. What did Jack McDuff get on initiative?
Got a 9.
9 for Jack. Okay, I'll go backwards for everybody else. Christmas John, what'd you get?
These dice might as well be coins. I rolled a 1.
Goodness
So
gracious.
120.
Yeah. I don't give out a hex on a 1 for initiative. I don't do anything better. Just go left. So, okay. El Papi
11.
on 11. Darla
10.
10 for Darla. And last but not least, Lucky.
11.
All right. Okay. And if I'm remembering the initiative scores, or the agility scores first, it'll be you before Poppy. So it's going to go Lucky, then Poppy,
Yeah,
Darla, Jack, then whatever the thing is, and then Christmas John. So, however, if you failed that save, I guess guys, like almost everybody made it, right? Goodness gracious.
I did not.
All right. So Lucky, you made it. You can see this thing creeping up, and it's clearly using these hallucinations as cover, and it's like sneaking up, kind of like camouflaging itself amongst the other creatures that are swimming in and out of your vision. So you can go ahead and try to do something.
Yeah, it looks like it could use a little more lead inside it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start shooting.
Oh, okay, a black joker. hold on. So let me pull it up. What it is here? Black Joker. Blacks are so you have -1 to hit. So make your regular attack.
Okay.
You are regular attack and your die, but you're also at -1. So
Okay,
the black face cards are -1 for a jack, -2 for a queen, -3 for a king.
Okay, so -1 to this roll, and I'm gonna try to hit it in its eyes if I can.
Try to shoot it in the eye.
So only a 1 on the trick die. Boy, total of 3.
Yeah, you're like even though you made your saving throw, the terrain is such and it's so chaotic that it throws your it's throwing your aim off, and you kind of like aim in a direction and get nowhere near it. But now it's looking at you and like it like turns its head to you, and then that interior face catches up with it, and now they're both of them synced up, eyes synced up, and looking straight over there at Lucky. And that right now you're reconsidering your nickname. But we're gonna move on because it's Poppy. You failed that save, right?
I did. So I'm thinking that I probably, as soon as I failed that, I kind of, with the fear of the Lord, I've dropped to one knee and I've just taken that coin that's kept me safe, and I'm just clutching it and not really
Clutching the coin.
paying
Gotcha.
attention.
Yeah. You can't tell. You're not even sure. Like there are all of these ghostly things.
I've got no idea what's going on.
Yeah. You have no idea what even like Lucky shot at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there you go.
I probably didn't even notice the shot, to be honest with you. I've freaked out.
Gotcha. All right. Well, fight continues. It is Darla. Darla, you did make that saving throw. You
Yes.
do see this creature trying to sneak up, and you do see that it is right now completely focused on Lucky. So what are you going to do?
As it's completely focused on Lucky, she's not going to go in to attack it. Instead, she's going to cast 9 lives to try and protect herself. So 9 lives is an arcane field of protective energy that serves as a buffer from fatal blows. So let's see if she makes it.
All right, make that shot.
13, 14, so 17. So is
Outstanding.
so that is okay, and manifests as so it's arcane energy that crackles and forms around me, resembling medieval armor.
Oh, nice.
And the I'm protected by an arcane barrier that reduces all damage suffered by -2d, and the spell lasts for 8 rounds.
All right. So every attack on you is -2d to hit or damage.
It says reduces all damage suffered by -2d.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So y'all see like Miss Pokeweed says some words and suddenly is covered in this shimmering, weird looking medieval style armor. You've only ever seen it on playing cards before, y'all. This is the real thing here, apparently. So, all right, that's awesome. So, hey, it is time for Jack to do something amazing. I want to see it. Jack, this creature is literally getting ready to jump over there and try to gut Lucky Flores.
Yeah, I'm going to help Lucky out by trying to help this thing die of lead poisoning. And that is a 2. So
what kind of cards are those?
shot goes.
Put that
Okay,
back up,
all right. Well,
awesome.
I'm going to give a plug to my mate Will. Billy and Babble. This is his map and dice playing cards, available from inkedadventures.com. Will also plays a lot of DCC, so he deserves a little bit of a shout out.
Absolute Will.
All right, so I'm going to make my shot, and I'm not aiming very well today. That's going to be a 6. So once again, I think my shot goes wide.
All right, that could have been better. But you know what, though? I got some good news. If you like bad news. That creature goes next. And it is going to leap up and try to, once again, take off Lucky's face. So let's see how it does. The creature, this cougar, this weird, magical thing, what is your armor class?
Armor class 10.
Yeah, it is going to leap into the air, and it is going to rake you with its horrifying talent. You are going to take the low damage of. Speaking of can't find the right die. Oh, here it goes. Take it back. You are going to take 9 points of damage as this thing shreds you there. And go ahead and give me a willpower save, DC 15.
That is a 14.
Yeah.
Let me bump that up with luck.
And a point of luck. Okay. You do not lose any grit points as this horrific thing from gosh knows where leaps out of no place and tries to put the fear of, of whatever into your soul. You feel this palpable terror coming off of it. And as it leaps, you see it leaves behind a spirit form that has to catch up to the rest of the body, and it's this horrific thing. But you're like, you know what? Just another day on the prairie. And you cannot be cowed, you cannot be buffaloed by some four-legged, no good animal. So outstanding. So now this thing is all in your midst at this point. And it is time for Christmas, John. Christmas, I forget. You made that thing? You did not. You got
Oh,
one.
I failed in spades. Yeah.
So you do not. Like you said, you can act, but you can't see what's going on. You can see that your friends are there, but again, they kind of fly in and out of your vision. There are all these creatures there. You're not sure what's going on.
Did I notice Lucky getting scraped up?
Yeah, you know what? You see Lucky is in struggle with one of the millions of creatures that are flying in and out of your vision. You're not sure which one of them it is or how to act with it.
All right. I think I'm going to panic and I mean if I'm allowed to do my holy symbol again, or do I need to see the target to do that?
So you want to cast the holy symbol spell? Is that right?
Yeah, just in the general direction of these spirits that I can see flying around, and
you could try it out. Go ahead and make your roll. I forgot to mention before, but remember that you picked up a point of disapproval for your last go.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, cool. So
All right.
Go ahead and make that check.
All right, so let's see. Oh my goodness, I don't believe this. I got a 1. Yeah, so
John, okay, look, I'm not
really
one to
silly.
pry. I'm not one to pry.
I know.
But is there?
It's got 20 sides.
Chance,
it's got 20 sides.
Is there any chance that you ran over a leprechaun on your way into work?
I'm pretty sure. Maybe when I mowed the lawn, I mowed all the 4-leaf clovers.
See, that's what you can't. That's why I never do any yard work.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't have that on my conscience.
I'm gonna crush this dice and.
No, you gotta work with them. I'm telling you.
Keep that dice and use it for playing Symbaroum, where you always have to roll under. So ones are brilliant.
All right.
All right. So Christmas, John, why have they forsaken you, Chris? Why? All right. Fight's gonna continue. Get off of there. You are a menace. And we're back at the top of the order. Lucky, this thing is in your grill. What are you? You are, however, are not cowed, buffaloed, or frightened by it. You can go ahead and make your attack check.
All right, I'm just gonna squeeze off some rounds.
How many are you gonna shoot?
Yeah. I fan the ham. Let me. I'm gonna try 3 shots.
All right, so that's 2016-14. Roll your die for all of them. But first, flip me that first card, my friend. Red number, no change.
All right. First shot is 18.
That's gonna connect, my friend. Wow, outstanding.
Or 10 points.
What? Oh. Well, that was not good for him. All right, you can go ahead and take a second shot. Red.
Oh,
ace.
but that's an ace. Yeah.
Yeah, that's special. I gotta look up mine. Yeah. Ace is a misfire. This just got interesting. Yeah. So I gotta roll a misfire table now. Flipping a red joker. Ace. Yep, that's a result of misfire. Firearm fumble chart. So So go ahead and roll your fumble die, and if you have a luck modifier, add the inverse of it. Add the opposite. Tell me what you get.
All right. I rolled a 1 on the fumble die.
1 on the fumble die. The gun accidentally discharges before proper aim can be taken, alerting the target to your bad intentions. All right, so essentially, they get +2 to hit you next time. So, I mean, if that first bullet that ripped through its side didn't let it know that there was a problem, now it okay, I see how it is. So, that could have been way worse. So, you're
Right.
it's +2 to hit you next round. Now, let me tell you something here. That ain't great. But,
It's already, yeah. So can I still fan that third shot?
You
After the
certainly
miss?
can. That wasn't a proper miss. The gun didn't get her anything. D14, take your shot.
Okay, that's
No
just
change.
a 3. But it's gonna be an 11.
11. Okay. That's gonna miss. Looking for an armor class 14.
Oh,
Burn luck.
Where is it?
Yeah, we haven't
Drive it
I'm
like you
gonna hang
stole
on to
it.
my luck.
It's a one shot.
right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
look
burn
at the
and
clock.
burn luck.
Let me see, what time is it? Okay, well, I got you. So this, and it just, it doesn't growl or howl, it moans at you. This weird supernatural sound emanating from, doesn't even seem to come from within its own body, from somewhere without it. But the fight continues. That was lucky. It is time for Poppy, still confused, holding your coin, feeling lucky. Are you doing anything different this round?
I mean, that depends on what I can do. I'm quite happy to.
You can't perceive the creature,
Right.
since it's not attacking
So-
you directly. So, all right.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna look up probably and try and get stock of what's going on.
Right.
And if I can't perceive anything, then I'm just gonna think there's something really ungodly happening, and it's gonna start freaking me out.
All right, cool. Yeah, so you're gonna stay doing what you're doing. All right, it's time for Darla, newly armored and ready for a fight. What are you gonna do?
She's gonna try her lead spitter again.
Mhm.
It worked so well last time.
I did actually. You drilled old pig face in the butt, and he hated it.
So she gets out her lucky bullet, the one that she picked back up off the floor that came out of El Papi, cleans it, gives it a clean off again before.
Tastes coppery.
Into
Go
the,
ahead and,
It's got a bit of a tang to it now, and we're gonna
All right, give me a check.
let's see what. Oh, I rolled a natural 1.
That lucky bullet, right?
Yeah. She chokes on it.
Yeah, well,
So Hex,
That's a loss, a failure, and worse. And I need to 1d6.
I don't have the spells here, so you gotta roll that for me, because
Yeah. So it's I get corruption and misfire.
ooh,
So
yeah.
corruption. Let's do corruption. 1d10. 2, which is I grow a tail that constantly twitches and sways. So she's having put this bullet in her mouth and sort of almost choked on it. A tail sprouts out the back, and now the misfire.
Hey, Dave, you're still watching? All right, keep going. And then get that misfire, please.
And then the misfire is the arcane energy summoned works against the caster, granting all attacks aimed at the source of the spell a +2.
Man, I got +2s all day. I gotta pick who I want to +2 against. All right.
I think she cast 9 lives first.
So that didn't work out great, but so we're gonna keep moving on. But yeah, so you got a tail, and that is a thing now. So, hey, I got a Jack McDuff. Time to get rough. What you gonna do?
Sooner or later, I'm going to hit something with this shooting iron.
For the love of God, roll me. Crit. Why don't you crit it for me one time? What's
Well,
that?
that's a king. That's a king. A black king.
That's a black king. That's -3.
So yeah, this is not going to be the time that I hit anything. Obviously. Yeah. All right. Moving on.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, we're not moving on just yet. Maybe one more attack roll at -3. Ding.
Me?
He's in a deadlock with Lucky there.
Sorry, Lucky.
With
Lucky's
Lucky.
not very lucky.
Yeah.
Ah, that goes wide as well. I'm going to have to swap my D20 out. I'm sure Tony's happy with that. Okay.
I think Ryan's got one you
Swapping
can
the
use.
dice out.
All right. All right. So it is the creature is going to go again, and you'll remember it gets +2 this round because you have announced your intentions to it. So here comes that claw rake with a big old 17 with the additional +2. You are going to take the low damage of only 5 points this time.
All right.
Ooh.
Still okay.
Are you still up?
Yes.
All right, and you do not need to make that grit check again. You're good after that. But we'll keep moving on. So it is time for Christmas John. Christmas John, I believe in you. All right,
Yeah.
I believe it's time for the.
I believe in he believes in himself too. I believe
in John.
Thank you. I didn't do my fall from grace last time because I rolled under my disapproval. So, or my fall from grace number. It was 2 and I rolled a 1. So how many D4s do I roll?
You roll 1d4.
1d4. All right. And I rolled a 4, of course. So a bolt of lightning strikes down from the heavens, burning my hands. This is great. Yeah, all attempts at healing suffer a -1d for 2d4 hours. And if you want me to roll, the hours.
It's gonna matter. It's gonna.
Tony's face.
Next 4 hours, I'm at a 1d penalty on healing. But
Well, I mean, you know what? I mean, maybe the story is of the day that the strangers rode into town and didn't ride back out again. That's the story. I would rent that and watch that on a. That's okay though. We're not done. We're not there yet though. Now I still. But now you can still do something this round. So what is Christmas John?
okay, well, how bad is Tony looking?
I've still got 9 hit points.
All right. Because I mean, this -1 dice to healing is gonna be probably plaguing me for the rest of the game. So, you know what? I think I'm gonna. Can I see the creature?
No, you cannot.
No, yeah.
You can see where Lucky is and where he's bleeding, but you can't actually see the monster though.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna charge forward and lay on hands, and
Cool.
I don't even know there's really a threat. I just see him getting wounded, but.
Yeah. Maybe think of it this way: there's a million threats. You just can't tell which one is doing what to him. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you look, there's a hallucinatory monster all over the place. You know, this is like you're living a scene from Lair of the White Worm right now.
All right, I'm gonna attempt
Special effects,
fate
y'all.
here.
Hot tech.
Terrible film. Terrible movie.
Yeah.
You take that back. Lair of the White
As an
Worm.
Englishman, I reserve the right to give that film
I'm
a
with
bad
Brendan
review.
on this, but I think I was about 4 when I saw it or something. I remember seeing it on TV.
It's what's his name's greatest film? What's his name?
The Worm.
What's his name?
Yeah,
No, he was better in
Hugh
Hugh Grant?
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Grant.
Grant.
Hugh
Hugh
Grant.
Grant.
yeah.
Grant.
Hugh Grant's finest hour, as far as I'm concerned.
And
Finest.
and Amanda Donohoe, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, and one of the doctors. It's got a Doctor Who in
She
it.
was in better films.
I'm just saying, but it's
Wow.
got a doctor, so that's right there. That's
That's gotta bump it up a level with the Brits.
a pedigree. All right, hey, check in if you're watching. Check in the comments if you love the Lair of the White Worm.
Yeah, and Bruce is been thinking this isn't Appendix N, this is Appendix Y.
I'm gonna clip that.
All right, so
Yeah, I'm gonna lay on. I'm
make a
gonna
heal check.
divine
Roll a
healing
D16.
for Lucky. D16 comes back a 5. Can I do the sorry, I don't, the boon coin to reroll?
You want to absolutely.
Yeah. All right, and now watch it come back lower. 10, and I'm gonna burn some luck to make
All
it
right.
worthwhile here.
2 points of luck gets you 12, and that gets you in the door.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna burn 2 points of luck.
Cool. That'll get him back 2 dice.
All right, and what are you? A D10?
D10.
Okay, so you can take 10 and 10, 20 hit points.
Yeah, so you're,
that's back
man,
up to
that's,
full.
well, you know what? Christmas John, that's what you're good at, man. Like, Lucky,
yeah,
you
stream
felt your
dice here.
lifeblood.
I'm gonna-
Every day is like Christmas.
Bruce, I am after this one. I'm getting a die camera because nobody's like.
Well, that's exactly why I'm using this one after last week's shenanigans. So there you
I
go.
love that. That's so cool. Sorry, John. All right. Okay. You feel healed up, and like when you do that, just the ghostly creature inside the creature looks over at Christmas John like, and that moan gets louder and louder, and it looks like it's about to change targets, but it's not his turn. It's Lucky's turn. Lucky, is your go. This cougar is intent on draining someone's lifeblood today. What are you gonna do about it?
Well, I've got 2 bullets left in this pistol right now, so I'm going to expend them into the face of this weird blue varmint.
Fan and the hammer, baby. Fan and the hammer.
All right.
All right, as a Black King, it's -3 for your first shot.
All right. That still gives me a 14.
Hey, that's fantastic. You hit.
For 7 damage.
7. Okay, give me your second shot.
And second shot's gonna be, that's a 10. 13, and I'm gonna spend 1 more luck
Cool. That's gonna hit them.
to hit. But that's 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. Okay. That last shot is like the first one hits it really hard. It kind of like springs back to you and it's like ah! And then the last one you pull there, and like you fire your last shot, it goes straight through its mouth, and it staggers back for a moment and it falls. And then you see this ghostly humanoid that was in it also staggers back, and like because your bullets are all magical and it falls as well. So so the creature falls, and suddenly you guys see that hallucinatory weird world like fade out and disappear right before your eyes.
Wow.
Yeah. So, group, remind me who else helped kill this this monster here.
A shot at it. I'm not sure if it did much damage.
A monster.
No.
See, I'm just seeing this all for the first time,
Hey.
right? So
My bullets all shot perfectly, though. I didn't miss fire.
Poppy held that lucky coin. This might have all been his doing. Like just that the luck of the
it
magic of
protected
the
me.
coin might have,
It protected me from this evil, whatever it was. So I didn't come
Creature,
to any
what
harm.
creature?
Mhm.
Exactly.
All right. So that is what you see. So yeah, and like now the world is going back to normal, and like this creature still is bizarre looking. Like I said, those white sparks are no longer orbiting it, and that ghostly figure is separated. But yeah, this is like a blue like cougar, just completely like azul skin or fur rather.
Like it's still here physically.
It's still here physically, yes.
Is it alive or dead?
Oh, it's very dead. Yeah, the last
Very dead now.
that last shot that Lucky put into it, like blasted him.
Mm-hmm.
So do I now see the corpse on the floor again that we saw?
Yeah, in the
previously
ditch.
face
There's a
down?
ditch in front of that tree.
Okay.
And yeah, sure, there's a body in there.
That's my priority. I want to get over there and see if that is in fact Billy Ray.
Okay, yeah, it looks definitely like it's Billy Ray to you. Okay, I mean his hair is mostly burnt off and his eyes are completely burnt. This whole area here is completely burnt. His clothes are in tatters. You feel something under his shirt, like a piece of
I'll
paper.
investigate.
All right.
Okay, so there's two things that I want to do. Firstly, I'm going to take the coin, and I'm going to take another coin, and I'm going to put them on his eyes, and just sort of pay my respects to him.
Awesome, dude. You know what? Take a boon for that. That's awesome.
Thank you. And then I'm going to retrieve whatever it was that I thought I could feel.
Gotcha. Okay, so there is a letter stuck inside of this thing, and it looks to be from Ed Hoxie.
Okay.
This letter, the beginning of it is sort of normal. It's like, hey, haven't seen you in town in a while. Then he talks about this new preacher in town. He says his name is Gant, and that this guy is talking the real truth. He says, he's like saying there's more gods than you know about that are out there, and this God is, the gods he speaks to are real, and they are in your, they live in the world along with us, and they say that I've had communications with, he says this guy will take us to the. He says that even though the meeting place where we are smells of the thousands of animals that have been slaughtered and hung there over the years, I know this is the true path. Gant is the bridge upon which we learned shall talk and arrive at the great city of the next world that only we few shall ever revel in. Give up on your meaningless life and join Gant and I. Meet with the true gods of the earth, and then the letter just stops.
Are there any symbols at all on the letter? Like any religious iconography or anything? Okay, because my feeling is that although Gus, El Papi, Pedro is by no means stupid, he actually can't really read that good. So he's probably going to pass the letter straight over to Christmas John.
Sure. So John, you read all of that. Talks about like meeting someplace where like that. Even though Gant holds his meetings in this place where we can smell the thousands of animals and slaughtered over the years, he speaks the truth about the true gods of this world that live here amongst us. He says.
Okay, so I read that and then I give my own personal interpretation, which is I knew Billy Ray was touched by the divine, but it looks like the evil Gant got to him first. What say we hunt this evil preacher down, get revenge? That's how I'm interpreting it.
Well, if
it's also a danger to everyone.
I mean, if him interacting with this preacher drove him to set fire to himself, then yeah, I mean, this needs some investigation.
Yeah.
It's not right.
I feel.
I'm not a religious man, but this ain't right.
Yeah, I feel very similarly, but I do kind of beg John to just say some last words.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We should, and we should give him a decent burial.
Yeah, that's the least we can do.
All right. You guys take some time, give him a burial. That like right then, like right there. Cool. Here's what happens for doing that. Everybody gets a boon for interring Billy Ray. And afterwards, it's quite late afterwards, like getting on night. Okay, you're reloading. Gotcha. All right. So where do we head?
Can Dala just have a quick look over the the creature before we head back
Sure.
out, just to
Absolutely,
see,
yeah.
because we don't usually see blue creatures, blue cougars
No.
around. They're not normal for the area.
Yeah.
So she wants to go and just sort of have a look at it and see if is it just that it's a cougar with blue fur, or is there anything sort of mystical about it, or
All right.
anything
Let's call this a
there
real
is.
check. Let's call this. Roll me a d20. Add your intelligence modifier and your character level.
21?
Yeah. So like you have read about this kind of thing. You believe that some kind of outer worldly influence has actually touched this. You believe this is a mundane animal at some point, that some evil outside influence must have affected it. And you think that there is some kind of presence that has taken this thing and and like transformed it, mutated it into the evil creature that it was. And what's more, you believe that what it was doing was that it sort of like claims a body, and that it was like, you believe that it was like, acting in a way that you would expect a mystical creature to do, and that it wasn't willing to leave this thing or let you, affect its corpse in any way.
Okay, so I explain that to the rest of the people, the rest of the group,
Cool.
and so this is clearly something magical, and it really sort of links in with what you're saying, Christmas John, about this evil Gant character. This is definitely a sign that we something evil was had its hold over Billy Ray, and we need to do something more about it. Absolutely.
Okay. Now the letter mentioned a place in it, and I got the impression it was a slaughterhouse or an abattoir. There was a lot of. Is that? Can you repeat that bit from the letter?
Yeah. It said that even though we meet in this, even though he holds his meetings in a place where thousands of animals have been slaughtered over the years, I feel that this is like, connects us to real and true gods. And you know what? Like just down the street from the Crystal Palace, there was one of the other few places you saw that had a light on. Big sign over a building there. It said Rainer's Meat Market.
Aha. Yeah. So it looks like this Gant character is holding some kind of dark rituals at the meat market or slaughterhouse. I suggest we go and investigate that.
Sounds like a good place to start.
All right, so you guys are gonna ride back into town and go and see about this?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, sure enough, you guys ride back into town. Obi begs off. He's terrified now that this is, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't make a saving throw. He saw hallucinations. He's like, he is like, that scared feeling is now troubled, and he begs your pardon, but he is going to leave and go back and report to Lady Meadowlark all of the things that he has seen here. So, so sure enough, so he heads off. But the rest of you guys, the music starts, the Sergio Marconi starts playing in the background. It's like all y'all ride down. And you guys ride into town. You guys ride past the Crystal Saloon and straight up to Rainer's Meat Market. When you guys get close, first of all, both Darla and Christmas John, as you guys ride up there, you get this strange feeling and vibe that's, like there's something coming in from there. But you also see that indigo glow is kind of hanging over the entire place. Like the entire place is kind of infused with this sort of like, indigo, like, glow to it. As you guys ride up there and tell me what you do. The front of it seems all boarded up. When you get there, the front doors are boarded up and the windows are all boarded up. But you can even see, even through like, through the boards, you can see where there's light coming up from inside of it.
Do we park the horses? That's not the correct terminology. Like further down the street. Hitch, sorry.
But you gotta
Put the parking brake on.
Yeah, you got to be careful because they'll definitely boot you in Ogallala. Like they'll put you know what I mean? Like they'll just they'll come back to a ticket and you don't have to park it. I'm giving you a hard time there. Sorry, Buckaroo. So,
We park the horses down the street, okay, a
Yeah.
discreet
Are you
distance
doing
away.
reverse parking?
the valet.
Yeah.
Ticket. Oh,
Parallel.
I got you.
Yeah,
That
parallel.
parking.
Bum in first to the hitching post.
Why not?
You know what? You could
What's-
tie all the horses up in front of the Crystal Palace where they were before, and then
Sure.
you're only like a block and a half away from Rangers.
Yeah,
I don't want to
barkeep
do them
seems
right
to.
next to each other in case one gets knocked over and then they all go down, just like
Yeah.
fun for something. Whilst we're traveling, I'm going to do some a bit of balancing, hold on to the horse with my legs, and I'm going to start like doing my muscle oil.
Yeah.
Um,
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, exactly. Getting ready to add
Gotcha.
that massive +1 modifier.
All right. So as you guys, so then like you park the horses, and then we now I can't stop saying it. And you guys, and the five of you like just start making your way down the street. You know what I mean? Spurs are jingling. When you guys get up close, get up close, you hear a familiar voice say, "Don't come any closer." And stepping out from the alleyway, you see Pighead and the two unwounded, the somebody referred to them as the Peterson boys, the barmen. It's actually the one Peterson boy and one Peterson girl. The two of them are out there. The three of them come around the corner like, "Don't take another step here." They're pointing at you. You can see he's still pretty beat up. Like he's got a knot on his head where you pile drivered him into the wood, and he's clearly got like a cloth tied around his leg because he got shot.
Yeah.
But he says, "Drop your weapons right now, or I'll see every one of you cold in the ground."
I'm gonna turn to him, raise myself up to my full height, and say, "Look, there are two ways this can go down. You can go back to the bar. There's drinks waiting for you, or you can have dessert."
You know what? Like this is some legitimate intimidation stuff. So I want to see how you do. Go ahead and give me a personality check. And you can add your level to that too.
I'd like to re-roll that because I rolled a 2.
You got a boon?
Spend a boon.
Yeah, I've got 3 boons, so
Sure.
let's try that again. That was a 3. I've got 2 more boons. Can I re-roll again? Or is that once per?
I think you can kind of keep going on those. I don't know. Let me. Can you use more than one boon per round?
Just looking now.
Yeah. Boons can be used.
Need some intermission music.
Yeah, it says you can spend a boon for a reroll. Yeah, I think you can keep spending boons on it if you want to. Yeah. So.
Oh.
How'd you do?
That sounds better. That's great, Phil, but we can't actually see it.
Is that 20? Is that 20?
It's
Yeah.
20.
So yeah. He kind of like looks over. He like bows up, gets close, and then he when he gets close enough, he's like, "Drinks?" You said.
You and your crew. You only had to ask nicely.
He says, "Look, this gas guy is out of his dang mind. All right, I didn't sign up. He was just looking for muscle. I got plenty of that, but I didn't sign up for any of this craziness. Go in there and kill him for all I care."
Let me tell you something,
Yeah?
son. This town is a good bunch of people, and you could make some good friends here. Don't ruin it. There's some nice guys back there. Go and have a drink.
All right. Yeah, man. He with that 20, I gotta respect that. He and like when he goes, the other guy's like Pighead, and he's like, "Look, you all can either come out here and get a drink with me, y'all get shot. I don't give a goddamn." They're like,
Yeah, there's
like,
no way I would have said that if I hadn't rolled a 20. Let's face it.
No, I get you. So the three of them kind of slink off, like, "Okay, see ya," leaving the exterior unguarded. What are y'all gonna do?
Thanks.
And that's how we end the. We decided the whole,
We're gonna go with him to the pub.
let's just wait for the
Stuff
whole
it, let's
to
go
blow
for
over.
drink.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. Is
The
there any
front's
way
all
we can?
boarded up.
Yeah, any way we can
Try the
wreck it?
sides or the back. Yeah.
I mean,
Bruce,
you're a cultist lady. Is there any way you can figure out what's going on inside without any of us risking poking a head inside and getting it blown off or something?
Yeah.
You
Can
know?
I sort of? Is there anything I can do to sort of like put the magic feelers out a bit and see if I can feel what's going on with a look through the crack of the window and a feel of my sort of occult senses at all?
All right, cool. Yeah, so you're gonna go in there and like look up at the crack in the window, okay? One thing you do see is that like where all those there's in the main room there are a bunch of like cows that are just hanging there, right? Like just like carcasses that have been cut up. You can see a black kind of weird energy swirling about these things. You can also see a stairway going down, and now that you're this close, you hear singing coming from somewhere in the interior, but it is strange, atonal, and to you it sounds decidedly sinister.
Okay. So would I recognize at all what the black swirling is? That like a sort of smoke mist?
You think that this is the whatever the ritual that you took place in that you that you did back at Lady Mellowlark's place. You think this is showing you some bad spirit juju. So two of those carcasses are covered in this weird blackness that you don't know what it means, but it looks like they've there's something about them that's decidedly bad.
Yeah. There's definitely evil afoot, guys. There's definitely bad spirits here. What we've been warned about. It feels like it's all coming from here. There's some really weird singing going on as well. This is not a happy place. But depends if we've made a commitment that we're going to see this through. We need to find a way in.
Yeah, I agree. I think, the Lord will protect me if I just walk in the front door. But if someone wants to look for an alternate sneaky way in, I'd respect that too.
I hope the Lord's going to protect me. The coin I gave back.
Somebody needs to.
Billy Ray is now protected in the next world. As far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely. So you guys, we look around and sure enough, there's a back door to this place that is not boarded up.
I'm gonna try and sneak in the back door.
Okay.
Now I get a 1+1 die modifier for non-violent criminal pursuit, safe cracking, stealth, pickpocketing, that sort of thing.
I'll call this breaking an entry. It definitely falls under that category. So
sure.
Why don't you go ahead and make me that chance to roll your D24 and then add your agility modifier to that.
Yeah. Okay. Oof. Yeah, that was an 8.
That's tough. Yeah.
But I'm going to burn a couple of points of luck on that because it can't need many, right, to get in undetected.
Yeah. Let's say a 13. You know what? Actually, give me a 12. So 12 is better because there's singing going on.
All right.
You got singing to cover you.
So I'm on an 8. You want 13. I'm going to burn 3 points of luck.
All right.
So that's 10. That's 12.
That's got
so
it.
That's 14.
Yeah. All right. So you quietly creep inside. Okay. So on the top level, there is you just see there's all these hooks with carcasses on them. And you also, now that you're in here, you see that there's two of them in particular that kind of had this weird black swirling stuff. But you managed to have gotten in there. There's also a stairway going down into kind of a root cellar. Looks like below there. And the singing is coming from down there definitely. The smell in this place, it's a slaughterhouse. You know what I mean? So the smell in here is intense, even though it's probably, I don't know my Celsius, but it's very cold. You can see your breath cold. You know what I mean? Okay. Standing inside the fridge cold. Yeah. And there's stairs going down into it, and the singing is definitely coming from down there.
Okay, so can I sort of creep back, or at least get eye contact with the rest of the guys outside? Sort of point downstairs in this sort of say cellar.
Sure. If you guys want to, you guys could try to creep down there as well.
Yeah, Darla will.
All right,
Yeah.
go ahead and give me, anyone who wants to try to creep down there, go ahead and give me an agility check. We said 12 or better because, as we said, there is a singing going on upstairs.
All right. Agility check. 18.
Good.
Yeah, I'm going to spend my last token, my last boon, because I rolled a 4 and I got an 18.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm spending
Christmas, John.
boon to re-roll.
All right.
That's better. I got
Yeah,
14
John,
that time.
You're good on 14.
John rolled 5 ones.
No, actually, I rolled a 10 this time. So, yeah.
10, huh? Feel like spending 2 luck points or a boon or something like that, or we're going to let that 10 stand?
Yeah, I'll spend 2 luck points.
All right. So we will say that the bunch of you are able to creep down there and get down there the stairs. So when you guys get down to the bottom, you guys again crept quietly. So the basement is completely lit up by candles all over the place. There's candles stuck to every surface along the floor and such. This weird singing is going on from down here, okay? And you see at the far end of it, okay, you see the small little group of people. There are 2 women and a man, kind of off to the sides that are just wearing regular cowboy clothes. But then in the middle of all of them, there is one man. He's shirtless. He's standing there. He's got a real natty kind of a mustache, Western style, like chops, mustache kind of combination thing. And he's standing over there, and he's standing in front of a barrel. The barrel looks like it's got water in it, but it's also these weird lights coming up from the barrel, out of it and such, lighting his face up. And he is sort of singing into this barrel. And right now, the bunch of them are so intent on what they're doing that they're not paying any attention to you.
How many are there roughly?
Total of 4.
4.
Okay. And you guys are, like I said, you guys are all down the stairs now at this point. There's a total of 4. They're about 40 feet away, and the main guy, shirtless, standing over the barrel, chanting into it. The other 3, they could be anybody. It could be the town blacksmith and, the schoolmarm. They're just, 3 regular folks. But they're all kind of singing together in this weird, call and response style, but and again, atonal and in a language. If it's words at all and not just sounds, it's a language you've never heard before. But it definitely sets Darla. It definitely sets your hackles off. This is something gross. Christmas, John. It definitely sets your hackles off because it's really, like I said, it just feels just weird and all this and such. And Jack, you can actually feel probability being shifted about in this place.
Okay.
Like an influx of luck somehow being messed with by their actions.
They are messing with the way that something is screwing the universe up here. I mean, like it wasn't already screwed before, but this is not a good thing.
Beyond.
And they're all singing? All 4 of them?
Yep.
4 of them.
And it's call and response. So the guy is like, no, no, yeah, no. And then 3 of them are like, no, 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 no. Back to them and such. I know. Don't go and throw your Pavarotti records out at this point. Trust me. They're very good too. They do their best. They do their best.
Do you think we can communicate a plan without disturbing them?
Nope. You have to do it all with your fingers and you can do it with hand signs and fingers throughout here, and I'm watching.
Contemporary dance.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Is this something that the miracle of speaking in tongues can? I mean, I can reveal myself and start speaking with them, maybe in tongues.
Go on. Oh, you want to cast your spell?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking? Oh, okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. You can cast your spell and hear what they're saying, but they'll definitely know what you're doing. But let's say you wanted to do it on the down low. I'll give you a D16 check on that if you want to. And you're like, so in other words, you only roll a D16 because you'll be using a lower version of this spell but like you know what I'm saying, like using it, strangely, but you still have a chance. You know,
All right, I'm all about chances. Sure.
what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Down low version, I got an 8. And I don't have luck to burn.
You can pick up another point of disapproval, though. How'd that be?
Oh, sorry, that's 8 plus 4. That's a 12. No, I'm not adding my modifier. So 12.
The modifiers. So 12 is the minimum for the spell thing. What's the 12 effect?
So I can converse with one target human being, and if this is the sort of the janky version, then I can understand them. Nobody else.
Sure.
Yeah, it's incomprehensible to others, and there's no language barriers. It's spirit communication. 1 turn.
All right, so 1 turn, 10 minutes, perfect. So you quietly, God, please help me out here. And sure enough, God finally hears your soul, and you like just touches upon you and such. And now the main guy, you can hear what he's singing, and in some kind of, this is an alien language from another world, but you can hear that they are trying to invoke a deity they are calling Azathoth. They are trying to they are begging Azathoth to open a passageway between them and Azathoth in order to allow them to have, Azathoth, teach me your secrets. Azathoth, teach me your secrets. Azathoth, open the gate. Azathoth. So like, they're back and forth singing this invocation, this dark god. Give me a wheelhouse roll for Christmas, John. D20. Add your intelligence level and your what do you call it? Intelligence level and your character level. Your character level, yeah. Intelligence modifier and character level.
Natural 20. So 22.
The Azathoth, the blood freezes in your veins to hear that name. How dare they even say that name aloud? People just don't do that. Azathoth in the mythology is this gibbering, idiot, blind god that sits in the center of the universe, and none dare invoke him. So terrible is his wrath. If these guys are invoking them, that means that they're idiots, because there's no way he doesn't care. You're going to get his attention, and you're going to get smote, and it's going to be really bad. But B, what they are on here must be powered by some incredible, there's something is happening that's powering their spell up, and that is leading them all into ruin. This is horrifying, you think? And suddenly you get a boon, because you realize, like, God, this is the reason you were sent here. That somehow you realize that Billy Ray is somehow the fulcrum of all of this, and that you, Christmas John, need to put a stop to it. Toot sweet.
Good guys are never named Azeroth.
No, it's like
Azeroth
any
John.
I translate this all into American Standard Sign Language. No, I just go like, I try to communicate to the group here.
Don't say it, just use hands.
And I pull out my shotgun to seal the deal.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
so all right, so I will say once there is one attack, then it'll be initiative, because they're so is that attack going to be you firing your shotgun?
I mean, can't we just follow him as he reaches for his shotgun after miming at us like this? Can we get a surprise round on him?
Yeah, that's fair. That's legit. Go ahead and give me go ahead and take a surprise round, everybody. But after the first shot, I keep thinking in like terms of old Pathfinder things. Yes. You can go ahead and make your so what's everyone gonna do? You're gonna fire your shotgun, John?
Well, I'm making sure that they agree, and it looks like the gang is all kind of going, okay.
Guns are all coming out.
And
I can shoot a guy.
Darla's popping bullets like popcorn.
No, Darla lost that spell, so she's going to cast Obscuring Mists.
So we can't see where we're going.
No, it only affects enemies.
Okay.
So Obscuring Mists blocks the vision of enemies, but not allies or the caster.
Is that in the book? All right.
Yeah, it's the Obscuring Mist, page 110.
I believe it is. All right. All right. So,
I mean,
all right. Cool.
I'd like to. Is there around this group of people? Is there any like furniture or anything I can climb up on?
You could climb into the rafters. There are like wooden rafters in this place, but there's not. The only real furniture in here is that barrel that they're all standing around.
Barrel will do. What I kind of want to do is run up, climb on the barrel, and after the shots are fired, basically body splash the guy in the middle.
Yeah. The wrestling term you're looking for there is off the top ropes, and I salute you for it, and I want to see it happen. So let's go ahead. Christmas John, take your attack. Lucky, what are you gonna do?
So is he reading from a text or just kind of free chanting?
He's free singing. He doesn't seem to have a text.
All right. Yeah, I just want to shoot him.
All right, and Jack?
I'm going to shoot him. I'm actually going to hit him this time. I'm going to use my remaining boon to go up a die chain when it gets to be my shot.
Heck yeah. Well, let's go ahead and do it. Let's do gunfire first, and then spell, and then off the top rope. So let's start with John, since he called it. So go ahead and
All right.
who are you firing at with your shotgun?
The head honcho who's trying to summon
Right.
creatures through the barrel.
Go ahead.
This is a revelation of lead because the magic ain't working today. Oh no, that's a 4. Yeah, so 5. Do I draw a card anyway, or?
You can draw a card first because that might just blow up in your hand. But Joker?
Yeah, I guess. Yep, Joker, Black Joker.
Okay.
Or egg. I don't know if they have color.
All right, let me look up what the Joker does. Joker is not good.
Oh.
Black Joker is a automatic misfire, and you get a hex token. So you pick up a hex.
All right.
And then roll your fumble check.
Okay, fumble die is D12. Ah, of course, that's a 12.
12. Wow. This is great. I'm actually excited that we're all going to get a chance to see how this table really goes. All right, so what a 12. The shot is knocked wide by someone or something, causing the shot to strike a random ally. The attack hits for normal damage and stuns them for 1 die 3 rounds, and they try to make sense of the apparent betrayal. So let's go ahead. I'm going to roll. 1's going to be Jack. 2 is going to be Lucky. 3, Darla. 4, Poppy. I'm rolling. That is a 4. Poppy, I got that. You know,
Poppy, I'm sorry.
My Spanish isn't great, but I'm starting to wonder if El Poppy isn't Spanish for friendly fire, because you attract it like iron filling. So go ahead and roll damage on Poppy, and you are stunned for 2 rounds, which sucks because I really wanted to see you. I really wanted to see you jump off that barrel and bang somebody. So there you go.
Okay, damage is D12, and yeah, it's silly. It's a 10. Can I re-roll with a boon?
The damage?
Yeah.
Sure.
You want to do it better.
It's a 10.
It's only a 10. I need a 12.
I want to do worse. Okay. It's a 1. Yeah.
Hey!
All right. You got some buckshot. Got some buckshot in the butt.
Yep. But don't forget, you got a hex too. So you're leaning on a hex now too. So that's
okay. I got a hex and
great.
a boon left. Good.
All right. Cool. All right.
That's done me for 2 rounds. Did you say?
I'm sorry. Yeah, 2 rounds. I will say this will be round 1, so you're going to lose your surprise round and then your next round. Okay. So Bruce, why don't you go next? Tell me who you're firing at.
So I'm going to aim at the head honcho as well, and I'm going to draw. That's a 9.
Perfect.
So that's just a regular shot, and I'm going to roll my D24 because I've burnt a boon. Oh my!
That looks like a single digit to me, bro.
It's a single digit. Honestly,
you got a boon?
This firearm is a piece of. Yeah, I've got 1 boon left actually. I had 2. I'm going to re-roll it.
You saving it for a rainy day? Because I'm looking out for the window right now, and I'm.
No! It was a 2. All right, it's not a fumble, but I just wanted to shoot something. That's all.
Dude, I want to see you hit somebody. it's just as frustrating for me probably. It can't be true. All right,
Okay.
all right. So that could have gone better, but that's all good because you know what though? But hey, it's time for Lucky Flores. Lucky Flores, go ahead and try to do something great here.
So I'm going to use a boon to up my attack die on the shot. I want him to stop speaking, so somewhere in the head, neck, or chest.
Head, neck, or chest. Yeah, you're with the goal of making them stop singing.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right through the throat would be ideal, but we'll see what the dice say. Wow, that's total of. Wait, first.
Yep.
The card, but a total of 4 on the attack.
4 on the attack's gonna miss.
No,
Last.
Okay, let me.
Last
I'm
boom.
gonna
We got half an hour. Throw a boom, man. I mean, do it.
All right, I'm re-rolling that, so it makes it that ups it to a 6.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. You certainly have everyone's attention. They are shocked. They're still singing. They are still singing. All right, so that's happening, but the fight continues. It is time for. Oh goodness! All right, nothing. Darla, why don't you cast your spell, and we'll just see how that goes. Something's got to work here. Come on now.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Sounds like some obscure mysticism.
You have
Okay,
redeemed
so
us.
21. The occultist summons forth a mist of a volume of 30 by 10 feet per character level. So that's 60 by 20.
Right.
All within the mist suffer a 1d penalty on ranged attack or skill rolls requiring sight. Additionally, enemies within the mist suffer from the acidic nature of the mist with a successful DC 12 fortitude save, halving it. Otherwise, targets suffer 1d6 damage each round, and it lasts for 9 rounds.
Okay, so here comes saving throws. Head honcho. What's the save? 12?
Yeah.
No.
The DC 12 fort.
Gotcha. All right. I'm rolling some damage here for some guys. It looks like some of the singers have taken damage and they start to choke and scream. But he is like, no, do not. We must finish the ceremony. And it looks like the main guy sort of didn't take it that bad. So at this point, let's go ahead and roll that wacky initiative one more time. Hold on. All right. Cool. All right. So go ahead and roll for Jack. What'd you get?
6.
All right. Okay. Lucky.
7.
Okay. Darla.
I got a 7.
And we've established that you have a higher agility than Lucky, I think.
Mine's 13, yeah.
Okay, and Gus?
4. That threw me. You haven't called me Gus before.
All right. And
To be
John,
fair.
Christmas John.
18.
Look at you, John. All right, so Christmas John is going to go first before they go. So what are you going to do? The place is filled with smoke. Apparently only affects you guys, which only affects them, which I did not realize in the obscuring mist spell. That's cool. So what are you going to do?
Okay. I am going. So I'm not suffering any penalties due to the mist.
No,
Okay.
that's what it says here. It affects enemies, not allies,
Okay.
because it's magic.
I'm gonna rush forward as close as I can to the priest or whoever over the barrel, and I can move and act. So I'm gonna take almost a point blank shotgun blast. I'm gonna
All right.
redeem myself with a decent roll here.
Okay.
And that's 14, 15, sorry, modified.
That's very, very, very close.
Oh, I'll burn a luck.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the secret code.
Yeah, go ahead and give me damage.
Okay, a D12.
Goodness.
That's 2 damage. So he got winged by a couple of pellets.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, and he kind of gets winged, but he's gonna try to keep going. So it is their turn. So he is gonna try to continue singing, but he's like getting to a crescendo of all this. Ah! Like he's really raising his voice here, and he's gonna try to keep going. And then you guys hear from up above, you hear this, and something like. You hear something starting to charge down, like running across its way and making its way down here. It does not get down here this round though, so you guys are good for now. The other 3 people who are down there, they are going to charge over at you. One of them is actually going to try to like leap on Christmas John and just tackle you, wrestle you to the ground. So here goes. Give me a strength check as grapple. You got to beat a 16 as grappler 1. This lady just grabs you.
I'm actually pretty buff. My strength is 16.
Cool. Plus, then take your.
Yeah, so 18.
All right. So they try to grapple you. Can't do it. The other 2 kind of run out into the mist, and they can't see you guys well enough to know where you are. So the other 2 are gonna kind of like run off in like to the sides and sort of like take cover, looking for a target in this mist where they can't see just now. That is where we are. It's time for Darla. Darla, you hear something thundering around up above, and you hear other stuff coming in there. We got a request. What's the manifestation of the mist?
Ooh, yeah.
Yes. I forgot to roll the manifestation.
All good. Tell us.
6, 3, 4. Silvery chimes. Yes. Yeah, apologies. Forgot to do that bit.
One second. Sorry about that. Okay, so what are you going to do?
We're going to try an instant cactus underneath the feet of the gentleman that seems to be singing into a barrel in the mist.
I want to see you do it.
Of course, instant cactus. Why not?
Yeah, this is where you can point at any patch of dirt within range and call forth 1 or more fully grown mature cacti.
Have you ever had too few aloes in your house?
See if she does something useful with it. So 17. So that does something. Let's do the manifestation. 28. Which
If the manifestation is not a cactus in the butt, I don't know what, like. Woo, 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 woo!
Have you ever had too few cactuses in your butt?
Okay. So, okay, so it's a prickly pear with 10 arms, with 10 limbs to it. And it's 1d3, so it's 2 prickly pear cacti with 10 limbs to them. It says here the ink calls forth 2 cacti of the type normally summoned by the occultist, which is the prickly pear. Each additional cactus sprouts up randomly within 10 feet of the first. So the first one sprouts up underneath his feet, which is where I was aiming for, and the second one will sprout up 10 feet to a random side of him.
Give me a luck check to have it be useful. Roll a d20 and roll on your luck to see if that second one can get somebody useful. However, if you get a 20 on that check, it's getting Christmas, John.
No, it was a 16, so it was over my luck. My luck's 14.
So it appears over there on the side, but it doesn't actually, grow up under and get Christmas, John right in the house of your father like I envisioned. So give me a damage on the first guy on the cult leader.
So having then cast it then goes. Hang on, let me have a look. If it's at the ground or the feet of the opponent, it can be okay. It forces a reflex save to avoid damage and painful entanglement. A failed save inflicts a minimum of 1d4 damage, and the victim's strength modifier.
This is key, Bruce. So would you please roll this for me, please, on your thing there? Reflex, I got a +2.
Okay. +2. That is a 7.
7. Woo! He just gets stuck. You have just messed up his singing, which is fantastic. Go ahead and give me a damage, please.
Okay, 1d4. So let's just do that in hard. So it's 1, 2. So it's 2.
So he's like, no, we must finish the ritual. London, yeah, and he just took one. Someone's calling for pliers to pull the needles out of his bucket. He's real unhappy about that action. The fight's going to continue. That was fantastic, Darla, and it's lucky. Lucky, if you can't drill a guy just out in the cactus, I don't know what we even bring a gunslinger for. What are you going to do, man?
I'm going to unload.
There we go.
All right, let's see. First shot.
Nice.
So regular shot will be it's a 7 is not going to hit.
Go past the wall.
Second shot.
Still in.
Still in. A 6 is not going to hit.
You fire a couple at him. And,
third shot is a misfire.
That's a misfire. Roll out the misfire table. See vous plaisir.
Boy. So that's going to be a 10.
A 10 on the firearm fumble chart. The shot strikes the target, but the shot lands harmlessly on a part of the defender's gear. The defender spins, cursing up a storm, and uses words best left unmentioned about the attacker's mother. The attacker flies into a range and must offend all attacks of the defender with a -1d penalty for the duration of the encounter. So you shoot him and kind of spin him around. He is like, "Why, you whore son?" And you're like, "My mother's a saint!" And so for the rest of the combat, you can only attack the cult leader, and you're at -1 die on top of everything else. And you're feeling mother feel right now. You're feeling just heartbroken. Which, I mean, who hasn't? Come on now. I'm talking about his mother. Yeah, that's what you mean, cult leader. What are you gonna do? He's a bad man. All right, so Jack, I'd like you to kill somebody for me. Can you do that? Just one thing.
I'm gonna try. I mean,
there you go,
let's
baby.
draw a card first, and that's a 9. That's a safe shot.
9 is in the demo. All right. Just. Oh, is that a 20?
No.
Woo!
No, that's an 8.
That's 9, not 20.
Oh, I just need a 20. Oh, crap. Sorry, man.
It can be a 20.
That was the GM cheering that it was an 8.
You got an 8. Woo! No, I'm totally kidding.
Can I just say, poor old Paul, who's cheering me on in chat, whenever he rolls at my table, I think I've borrowed his dice or something, So, it is what it is. Moving on, I'm just going to have to do something about this firearm. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to toss my firearm down. I'm going to reach for my good old reliable Bowie knife.
There we go.
Okay.
Next round. All right, cool. All right, so we are moving on from that and the fight. Well, I lost my page. Oh crap! Here we go. So that was Jack. It is Gus. You took a little bit of shotgun pellets, but still.
I think I've still got one round that I'm dazed. Do I not?
Oh yeah. You're still like. Whoa!
I mean, yeah, definitely. I'll take it. No, it's fine.
No. Last round, you're boggled. So at the top of the order, Christmas John, your turn up front.
Okay, so this was a double-barreled shotgun. Does it take an action to reload, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm out of bullets. And I too have a Bowie knife. So taking a cue from Bruce, and I see this cactus erupt out of the ground. The cult leader is up there. Bullets flying and missing and hitting, and I pull out my knife, and I assume the cactus is some kind of divine intervention. I didn't see
Sure.
Darla do anything, and I leap up to the cultist and basically try to cut his throat to stop him from singing once and for all.
All right. Make that attack roll. Give me a shot.
1922 with the modifiers.
That's fantastic. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Give me some damage.
Yeah. Well, so that's a 1 and modified to 4.
Hey, you know what though? There you go. That's that is all right. So what is? He is still up. This guy is supernaturally tough, is what you're thinking now that you're up as close to him. Yeah. That's all right though. The fight continues. It is his turn. He is like, you've ruined everything, and he is gonna cast a spell at you. And he like swings his hands around. That is garbage. All right, you guys see a little blast of fire comes over there and hits Christmas John, and John, you take 5 points of damage.
All right.
Blast of fire.
Infernal flame.
The lady that tried to grapple you last round, John, is going for it again. Give me that strength check to avoid the grapple. You got to beat a total of 6.
10.
All right, cool. The other 2 people are still staggering around along the walls, but then this round, coming from up above, you guys see a sight that is going to cause everybody to have to make me a grit check, DC 13. So it's a willpower save.
Power save.
Willpower.
Is it just like a regular DCC willpower save?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got an 8.
19.
And if you have a hex, you're a minus on your. If you have a hex, then you get a
die down.
Yeah, it actually makes it harder to go on the grip check here, which is 1 worse. So, anybody have a hex going?
Yeah.
All right, so you actually have to get a 14 or better.
Okay, on a D20 or a lower die?
On a D20.
Okay. Well, all right. No, it failed.
Okay, so you lose 3 grit. You lose 3 points of grit. Oh, and if you have a luck modifier, you modify it by your luck modifier. So if you have a positive luck modifier, subtract points. If you have a negative luck modifier, add points because you don't want to have
9, 7. Okay, yeah.
All right, so you lose 3. Who failed it? Lucky, you dropped your gun. You don't have a gun, but John, you drop your weapon. You guys both drop your knives in fear of what it is. Because what you guys see coming down the stairs, you actually see the ambulatory carcasses that you saw hanging on the park up there before. The 2 of them are just rushing at you. They make this kind of a slumping, slurping, disgusting noise. They leave red splotch marks wherever they touch the ground, and they are charging down there. However, they're charging right into the obscuring mist. They can't see really great. They're going to go after 2 targets down there. One's going after Lucky. One's going after Jack. I got a minus to hit because I'm Jude the Obscured over here.
Mm-hmm.
So here comes. Yeah, you like that one? Those are free. So throw them out there. So here's one coming to Jack. Jack, I fumbled.
Ooh.
My first fumble of the night.
Some dice going, man.
So it's coming up the stairs of you, and it just eats it. And just rolls down there. So it's going to, it fails. Its reflex is going to be prone. The other one is coming down at Lucky. And it's going to get an 18 and ram into Lucky.
He's
and
not very lucky,
you take,
is he?
I mean, really, that's a weird, that's, it's like my friend Tiny, 6'6". You're going to take 4 points of damage, and you need to give me a reflex save. DC 13.
Exactly 13.
Yeah, so it doesn't knock you down or stampede you, which was a definite possibility. So that is where we are this round. That's it. It is Darla and then Lucky. Darla, there are 2 cow corpses that have just included themselves in the combat.
I within melee range of them.
Yeah, you can run up and hit either of them, sure.
Yeah. Having pinged up some cactus, at this point in time, it looks like the cow carcasses are so a little too close to everybody else to throw up a cactus and not cause a problem. So I run up to the nearest one, pulling my ritual dagger, and I'm gonna try and stick it in.
Go ahead. Sure. Give me an attack roll.
The attack roll is plus strength, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Which is
bump modifier too. How do you total?
8.
Yeah, that's gonna miss. Yeah, you swing at this thing, and it you never thought you'd see a dead cow dodge, but it does. It absolutely will. Okay, so it is that was Darla. It is Lucky and then Jack.
Right. Still enraged at the cult leader and having
you got no
dropped.
Choice. So
Yeah, and having dropped my pistol, I'm drawing my saber as I charge at.
Okay, hold on. All right, you charge. This cow takes a swipe at you as you go by, as you run out of melee.
Yeah.
What's your armor class?
10.
It's gonna just miss you. Run over there and give me that. You got to make a full round charge to get there for your +2 to hit and -2 on your damage this round. Or +2 to hit, -2 on your armor class. So take +2, you charge it.
All right, and I'm down a die from the.
Yeah, roll me
enraged.
a D16.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's a 16 plus minus. Yeah.
So 16 is a crit. So what's your normal crit and to hit and damage?
Normal crit die is D10.
So roll a D8. What's your normal crit table?
It's not listed on this sheet.
I think you're on for a thing. You're like a fighter. You're like table 2. So just roll me D10. I got you covered. So go ahead and roll it, and add your luck modifier if you have one.
All right. That'll be a 6.
Okay, you're going to do an additional, so you're going to roll me your regular damage and then roll an additional 3d4 damage with that.
Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Man.
10 total.
10 total? Beautiful. So here's what happens, okay? So Lucky, this thing tries to actually like trample Lucky down and smash him down to the ground and smother you. And Lucky is like, no! Runs over the saber. You don't ever talk about my mom. He's like, as a fox, you stab him in the face. And like he slides down your saber and falls down dead after all of that. And then when that happens, those 2 cow things just fall over and become inert regular cow corpses again. Boom. He falls over and he hits the side of that barrel and like he knocks it over. And water spills out of that barrel, and along with that water, you see a ghostly form roll out of there. And sure enough, it is clearly the ghost of Billy Ray himself. The other people who were in there all flee at this point and just are running for it if no one stops them. Billy Ray kind of gets up. You still have that energy going on, so you see him glowing indigo there and can totally spot him. And he's like, oh, hey there. This is something I didn't expect. He's like looking around and all yell, oh, hey, Gus, how you been, Gussie? Been a minute. Good to see you.
Been better.
Oh, he's like, I'm thinking I might have died.
Yes, so you did, and we paid our respects to you.
Well, that ain't great, but well, there you are. It's gonna happen, I guess. It's gonna happen at some point. May as well happen here in Ogallala, where I've made so many friends over the years. Hey, you'll make sure I get buried up in Mount Calvary, right?
We
Oh,
can.
about that, yeah.
No, I'd
Can move
appreciate
him,
that. All
right?
my friends are there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be.
Yeah.
I'd sure appreciate it. He looks over and he's like, "Hey there, Jack. Remember this one?"
That was my card!
Yep. I'll never forget a trick.
I'd love to learn that sometime.
Oh, he's like, it's like, he's like, fake card. It's got both two sides.
Your life's work.
Yeah, but
Classic Billy Ray.
He looks over at everyone. He's like, well, well, I appreciate you getting me out of that barrel. That wasn't no fun, but I feel and like he's starting to drift out, like sort of like drift up in the sky. I think it's my time. I think it's my time. I think it's my time. And like you guys all see him off into the ever after it. Everyone gets 3 boons for doing so and for rescuing it. And we'll go ahead and stop here. You guys did a really good job, and I appreciate it. Even though we had some crazy dial-up, it wasn't always great. But hey, you know what? A critical saber in the end of the fight won it, and I love seeing that kind of action happen. If you guys are interested, I highly recommend checking out Dark Trails Online. It's a fantastic system for Weird West DCC rules, and check it all out. And big thanks to all my players for showing up today. Now it is time for our end of the game ritual. Everybody, big inhale, big exhale. In with the gaming, out with the bull crap. In with the gaming, out with the bull crap. Thanks, everybody. I had a wonderful time, and I hope we get a chance to do it again sooner rather than later.
Thanks for
Thank
watching,
you.
everybody. See you
Right,
around.
thanks a lot.
Take care.
Thank you
Cheers.
very